Hey guys, welcome to episode 18 of Sothiath, the Guild and Beyond. My name is Caboose, I'm your DM for the evening. And welcome to, another session. So, last time, thanks for the posture checks, I appreciate it. Last time, our group, found their way through a cavern. Finding their way, or starting the session off with a fight with a adult sea dragon. Upon a couple of exchanges of combat, they with their guide decided it might be a good idea to go ahead and dip out for a little bit. As as they did, the dragon went ahead and revealed itself again and sealed the cave behind them, allowing them to escape, but at the exact same time not go back to the dragon, who was doing a little bit rough. I'll just say it that way. Dragon was doing a little bit rough. So you guys continued through the cave, eventually finding the temperature dropping. And as the temperature dropped, you kind of found making your way. You're not sure how far down you are, with all of the large fall into the lake and everything else. You're not quite sure as characters how far you are down into the surface, but you kind of found a small patch of what seemed like a natural phenomenon where there's just this Arctic air, an Arctic area, kind of seemingly in the middle of this cave system. Your guide told you that he believed that the creatures that you were looking for, the demons that had escaped, or demon that had escaped, was down in this area and was further down the path. So you all continued with the help of Delg, leading the way for a little bit, just kind of getting an eye on everything. Trying to let you guys rest before realizing that he would not be able to get far enough into the cave, away from you all with his new hammer of uneasiness. And you guys continued forward together, eventually finding your way to 3 of these demon creatures, with Snack going in, or being with Dust casting greater invisibility on Snack and him making his way into the cavern ahead of everyone, finding 3 of these creatures and shooting one of them, prompting them to screech and attempt to look for where their target was, furthering the fight, and relatively easy fight for all intensive purposes. Hilda had a slight mishap where she immediately got blinded and spent most of the fight running into walls, but apart from that, it went pretty well. You then saw a gate, or another gate to hell that had been created down in this location. Upon investigating, you did find an arcane shield that had sigils of demonic origin on it. As you melted the lake, Sneck dove down, very bravely, into the Arctic water, and with a lot of really good Constitution saving throws, managed to retrieve the shield and make its way most of the way back up before getting pulled the short distance that he had left from the surface, tying the shield to himself, dragging the shield to shore, and promptly getting a fire started to warm Snack up, as well as revive him, as he was unconscious at the time. Upon finding the shield, Dusk had the idea to take some acid that he had laying around. After trying to blow up the shield a couple times with a few grenades, and then proceeded to pour the vial of acid that he had, finding out that the vial of acid that he had gotten from this was a little bit of a trick that the DM played on his players a long time ago, and he actually had a vial of ooze. As the ooze did melt the shield and deactivate the gate, they also got into another scuffle with this blood ooze that managed to not really do all that much, considering the case. And overall, you guys managed to defeat it and make your way back to the campfire, kind of resting up for a short period of time before making your way back through the cavern. The last obstacle that the players faced was a perilous 200 foot vertical climb up a corridor that they had passed over in the darkness. All of you made it up relatively safely. It was a little bit perilous, but it wasn't too bad as you guys made it up safely to the top corridor. You guys now find yourself in a cavern more similar to before. This cavern is kind of similar to the caverns that you had found closer to the sea dragon. A lot of bioluminescent mushrooms kind of filling the space. This cavern that you guys are in is relatively small. It's only about a 30-foot radius, and it kind of kept on leading. You guys hadn't done much exploring, and that's where we start our session for tonight. So, you guys have made it up the hole. You guys are at the top of the hole. You're in a small cavern. You sat down for a rest before realizing again that you wouldn't be able to get your rests off because of Delg's hammer.
Delg's aura of teenage angst.
Full angst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping.
I mean, you're not wrong. You are helping a lot.
Yeah.
Helping and hindering. They both come, hand in hand.
Hand in
Pretty
hand.
neutral.
Well, now that we're all here, where to next?
Removes all the demons.
Yeah,
As far as I'm aware,
in this area, right?
that was the only ones I sent. There was only one. He must have been working on summoning the other two.
Hmm.
Likely friends on the other side of the gate when he created it.
Well, how do we get out of here?
I'm not quite familiar with this tunnel, but it keeps going, so follow it.
Is it cold?
We haven't got anywhere else to go.
Well, the way back down is unpleasant and blocked, so...
And
Sure.
there's not a way out. Unless you want to swim through Arctic water. Because we didn't
that's
try
no
that
idea.
way.
We've done enough swimming for one day.
Last resort.
No.
I'll take a look around the area you're in. Is it just like a narrow passageway? Is it a tunnel?
Give me a perception check.
With that dark vision. Come on, character sheet open.
I'll help them.
Is it dark in here? Started out by aluminum.
I rolled an 11.
Wait. Okay, that was
Wow.
good.
Sorry about that. I was checking something for stream. So, as you guys look around, the cavern's mostly empty. Looking over it, you can see this cavern hasn't been traveled much.
Hmm.
There's no signs of outside involvement or anything like that. There's no sign of any tracks or animals or anything like that you can see.
As far as we can tell, natural cavern. Under the sea.
Yep. So you're not entirely sure where you are. Between the slide, the 200-foot fall, and all of the elevation changes, you're not entirely sure where you are at the moment.
Did we hear the dragon at all? The sea dragon?
Give me a perception check. Listening in for the dragon, you don't hear anything?
Okay, good.
You were aware that this style of cavern was something that was relatively. Most of the cavern was built similar to the area you're in right now that you've seen so far. It was just that kind of special corridor of the cold that you had found that was different.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, we're not getting anywhere staying here. Shall we press on?
Let's go. Snack stands up, starts to walk forward, stumbles a bit.
Feeling any better though?
No.
Fair enough.
I'm worse for wear as well. That slime took me by surprise.
It's one hell of an acid trip.
It certainly was.
How long you been sitting on that one?
About 5 seconds.
Because,
Sure.
you know, I left my necklace back home. So, yeah. I couldn't really help anyway. Yeah, that's right. I got a better one.
The necklace
It didn't help
the
me
necklace
with the
of
slime,
one
though.
dungeon use. Like you never used during the dungeon, other than it wouldn't apply.
And
That's
when we
okay.
did use it, it was useless.
Hey, it had uses.
Uh,
And go ahead and delete this.
Let's go.
Pressing forward.
Alright. So, you guys start to traverse the cave. Give me a... Everyone give me a survival check.
Hey, shit. Okay.
Nope.
Snack once out of this fucking cave.
Alright. Sneck and Hilda. You guys... Although you don't know where you are in the cave, you can tell by... Despite this, the almost constant same look of the stone walls and everything around you, you can tell that you're slightly starting to ascend on this path. It's very, very slight, but overall you're starting to make your way back up. This path seems to lead
Stairs
up
go
into
up.
somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's at least a good sign, I think.
Well, I could smell the fresh air if it wasn't for dog.
I can't smell anything right now.
Listen, I've been trying my best to ignore it. Don't remind me.
You don't exactly smell like a bed of roses there, Sneck.
Compared to that hammer, I do.
Oh god.
Hey, I got a nice seawater bath. I smell French.
You smell like low tide, which is still better than him.
Poor
Doug's gonna be shamed out of using this hammer.
Give him a complex about his head.
So,
He is way too stubborn for that shit, don't worry.
A
So-
dwarf with a hammer complex.
you guys travel for about 15 minutes. This cave going up very slightly and kind of rounding a little bit. Sneck, with the 20, you are able to tell that based off the direction of just where the sea dragon was, roughly, you believe you're heading back towards shore.
I mean, there's only one path, right?
Yep.
Presses forward.
So, you travel for a good another 20 minutes before you can start to see patches of light every once in a while, where small cracks in the top of the stone are letting in bits of moonlight. At this point, it has reached all the way to nighttime with all of your exploring down in the caves. Let me see. I really need to have you guys' passive perceptions written down like at all times, and it's like the worst thing that I keep forgetting. I can't get everyone's passive perception real quick.
Mine is 14.
16.
14.
Write it down for you.
All right. Everyone who is above 14 or 14 or above, you do hear echoing a little bit through the cavern at this point. What sounds like very distant voices. Relatively loud voices, but they seem pretty distant as they're echoing through the cavern.
Can I take a moment to try to listen carefully to that?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Well,
Good ears.
No, okay. Sure. So, listening out, it's hard to make out exact words still, even from this distance, but you get 5 different voices echoing through the cavern that reach you. They sound a good distance up ahead. Sounds like a couple or possibly a couple turns, as just based off the amount of reverberations coming through of how many times you hear a single voice. You don't recognize the voices at all. They're definitely speaking
Quietly.
common, though.
I'm assuming as we get closer, I can't keep that roll. I'd have to re-roll to try to make out what they're saying.
Yeah.
Now I'll say this quietly. There's someone else. There are many people in here with us. Do you hear that?
Snap pulls his hood up on his cloak and starts.
Do it.
And as he starts doing that, do you wanna poke ahead to see if they might be friendly or not?
Sure.
Be
I don't
careful.
tell if they're friendly.
Look for the guild insignia.
He says sure as you watch like blood drip from his fucking body. Well, I guess you wouldn't notice. It's hyperthermia is what you don't. So,
Yeah. Just be careful.
You watch as
don't
he has
engage,
completely
and
blue fingers. There you go.
just look for the guild insignia. If you don't see anything, just come back. If you do see anything, come back.
Okay. So I'm
Don't
coming
want you
back?
getting any more. See if you can spot anything, and then come back and tell us what you see. Yeah?
Sure.
All right. So, you stealth ahead, Snick.
Because my little dragon is discombobulated.
It takes you about another 5 minutes of moving at your pace, even while stealthed, to get to where you find. And the first thing you do notice is you notice a couple torchlights, kind of up in a corner. You notice that this cavern leads to. You can see a lot more moonlight coming in from whatever is ahead, as well as the torches. And there's a human male kind of leaning against a wall, just kind of looking down the hall. Or looking down the cavern, like towards where you are. He doesn't seem to notice you, but you do hear as you get closer and closer, you hear a lot more rowdy conversation coming from this. There's a lot of people. It's hard to make out how many voices there are. It's upwards of 5 different voices that you've heard. They're being decently loud. And most of their conversation you can make out is very casual, relaxed. It doesn't seem like they're focused on a conversation as much as just kind of talking about the day, shooting the shit, talking about different stories.
Do I see any guild insignia?
Looking around, you don't see any insignias on their body. Looking over the man's clothing, it does appear to be relatively loose dressed. You do notice a black sash that he wears, but it doesn't seem like there's any insignias on it. Give me a insight check. You're looking at him. You have no idea where this person could be from.
Definitely did shoot them. No, I'll go back.
Alright. You make your way back with little issue.
Guys,
What'd you see?
lots of people, no insignia.
What were they?
Human.
All
They
human?
were mostly human, right?
You only saw one, but
I only saw the one. He was human. They were all talking common.
At least 5 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I heard.
well, I'll follow your lead. I'm not really good around people. They see a kobold, they seem just to attack first and not have a conversation later.
Now, how do you feel, though?
Persecution at its finest. Well, what do you all think? Should we go quietly or make some noise and be noticed?
I think we should just walk up there. They're just kind of hanging around.
You did see, Sneck, that the cavern did let out as you got a little bit closer and pushed up a little bit to where you felt comfortable. You could see that it seemed like there was moonlight and possibly a larger cavern inside of where they were. You're not quite sure, but there was only one entrance. This was the only entrance to it.
Seemed like it opened up, but I couldn't see into it from where I was.
Well, it could be our way out or a wonderful mistake.
It didn't seem like they were looking for a fight.
Alright. I guess I'll start walking.
All right.
Steady clack, clack, clack of my walking cane.
All right. Delon, as you do get closer, give me another perception check.
Come on, baby. Not bad.
Okay. As you listen in, you do recognize their dialect a little bit. You can't put it exactly like a word on it, but they definitely sound dialect-wise like they're from Windborn. So they're kind of more from the islands, the Great Volcano Islands. So take that as what you will.
Well, this could be interesting.
What's that?
They sound like they're from around my home. At least a little bit. The dialect is strange, but it's familiar. You see that happen a lot when, especially with sailors, they travel to distant lands for a long period of time. They kind of pick up accents, I guess. I don't know.
Do we happen to know if the Windborn people are more like explorers or anything? Or like what?
Well, the Windborn is a series of chain islands. Is Grey Volcano Island is the largest one. There's several smaller ones around it. So there's a lot of sea traffic, I'd imagine. Yeah.
They have a primary occupation? The sailing?
The primary occupation for the island, most of them are seafaring people. There are people who are more landlocked and more the city folk who manage the town of Windborn, but most of them are seafaring of trade or some sort.
Yeah, for example, my family owns a small shop out alongside the port, just outside the port district. But a lot of people tend to go sailing. It's good money, lucrative.
Pirate?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are they pirates?
I can't say no.
Why else would they be in a weird cave by the sea?
Next to a sea dragon, no less.
Well, you're not quite sure how far it is away from the sea dragon, but yeah, that's fair.
Well, let's hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Yes.
Well, I would like to prepare for the worst, but I'm pretty low on magical juice right now.
Delg is going to sigh and start walking down the tunnel.
Okay.
And
You guys continue down
Hilda's
the
gonna
tunnel.
go with
You
it.
do notice Theo is lagging behind a little bit from you guys.
With them, as the old guy.
Give me a nature check actually with you for everyone who wonders why he's lagging behind.
nature.
The snake knows.
That's
Yeah.
kind of a thing,
All
right?
right. You all mostly know that kobolds see very, very well in the dark, and so, it's basically the kobolds usually have about double your vision when it comes to dark territories. So
Okay.
he's just kind of lagging behind, making sure that he stays out of sight.
And then yeah, I'll be in the behind the group, but not in front of. Or,
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
not
yeah.
with-
He's a good 50 feet behind you, Gus.
so far.
A thought comes to Delon's mind, but he dismisses it. The short time he spent around... Is it Vio? It's Vio, right?
Yep.
The short time he spent around Vio makes him think that telling him to watch our backs and be careful would be superfluous. So,
How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling in this cavern is about 15 feet up.
I walk on this.
Okay. You walk on the ceiling. As you guys start to press towards the end of the cavern, you see the guard. Are you guys just walking up to him?
I'll stay further back behind the group with that.
Sure.
I will. I
Perfect.
can't exactly hide very well.
All right. So you walk down this this tunnel. You start to see
I
the
have
torchlight
nowhere to
ahead.
hide.
As you do start to see this this figure already kind of dressed and standing at the end of the tunnel. Hi, who's that?
adventures from Davenport. Did you know that you had demons in your basement?
I don't think they're any of us. It's you hear a lot of voices, a lot of footsteps start to run towards where you are. As
We're not here to threaten you. Promise.
what's your
Too
business?
tired.
As he says this, he watches three more of these men start to make their way into the cavern.
We just want to
looking
get
a little
out of
threatening,
here.
but
If
You
you
just wanna
point
get
us to
out?
the door out.
well, how'd you
yeah,
get
if you-
in?
I don't even know, but if you point us to the door to get out, we'll just leave.
Hilda. We were given a mission from the Davenport Guild of Adventurers. There was a slight incursion.
Never
over
heard
in
of them.
Sheffield. Yeah, no, they're new. Don't worry. You'll hear about them eventually, I'm sure. But there was a slight hellish problem over in Sheffield. Are you familiar with it? Regardless,
Oh,
a few...
yeah, the Goblin Town.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, all those
a
people.
They're alright, actually. Surprisingly good. Trade is
As you
booming
say
there.
that, he kind of just spits on the wall and looks back at you.
Trust me. But I digress. We were actually assigned to hunt something down. 3 demons had escaped, and we were sent to track them down. Apparently, there is an entrance to a tunnel leading past the Sea Dragon Cave. And yeah, we found them there, and it collapsed the tunnel, and we had to find another way out. We had no idea you were here and don't know who you are.
Make a persuasion check. Or deception check, whichever you prefer. I'm pretty sure everything you said was correct, though. so-
I wish I had a persuasion bonus.
Alright. Alright. Well, you're still gonna have to talk to the boss.
That's fine. I'd like this to go smoothly and as painlessly as possible.
Alright, well, follow us. I'll go ahead and throw you guys on the map. You guys will have to scroll down for the map as well.
Why am I in the front row?
I just threw people on there.
Yeah, no. Man, you
All
knew I
right,
wanted
follow
to
us.
be here.
As they start to make their way down the corridor.
Dusk is our
No,
tank.
I don't want to grab the light. No,
I can't go real last turn.
leave the light where it is.
Tank that slime.
There you go.
I'll stay back and wait for Vio to catch up.
Right.
I think we'll just lag behind a bit.
They
Let's
kind of
not
continue.
bump them over
They take a
here.
right and continue across the bridge. Make their way to this large room over here.
Elg's gonna make it a point to be standing really close to these guys the entire time.
Yes, sir. They kind of scatter out as they get to this room. As you come to the room, you find a lot of scattered gold. Scattered gold across the ground. You see gemstones, and you see a relatively a pretty well dressed man in the center of the room, kind of on a not like a super well made throne by any sort of the imagination, but it's a throne. As you guys walk through the cavern, you can see that you guys are on the top layer of this cavern. Looking down at it, there is a second layer with a river as well as several boats that have been kind of tied up. Hilda, are you moving with them?
Yes.
Okay, I'll scoot you forward.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good. I figured since you didn't make a point to say that you were lagging behind that you were with them, so it's all good. Hey, boss! We got visitors! Why? We just built this place. He kind of ushers you in. He kind of motions for you to approach him as he has two braziers kind of lit up next to this throne.
Ooh,
Are there any
flaming braziers,
Obviously-
just like the
banners or
Pixies.
flags?
Obviously not very planned for visitors at the moment. As you see, he has like a fresh plate of food that's like halfway eaten on
Wait, Trumi spots.
his lap, and he's just kind of. All right, who are you? Why are you here?
So we are from the New Adventurers Guild in Davenport, which I don't know if word has spread fully yet. We were actually in Sheffield dealing with a rather unpleasant issue with a demon summoning incursion. You're familiar with Sheffield, I assume?
Well, the Goblin Town. It's about
Aye.
an hour and a half or a day's walk from here.
Yes. Unfortunately, the orcs are active again. And they're bringing with them far more problems than anyone was prepared to deal with, and we were tasked to deal with the last remnants of some of that problems that day. What was it called? A moon something demon. What was it called again?
Lunar Demon.
Lunar demon. Lunar demon, a big blue bat-like thing, face full of teeth. Took burrow fair ways underneath where you are, actually. Down that tunnel, there's about a 200-foot drop, and then there's a series of caverns there. And then, yeah, that's where they were, and they were preparing to summon more. Doesn't that sound unpleasant? Our job was done, and we were trying to get out. Unfortunately, there's a sea dragon further into the cave that collapsed the tunnel we went through. We've had a day.
Okay. So, say that I believe all of this hosh-posh. Why are you here? So you're just trying to get out.
That's truly it. Just we were just trying to leave as our way was blocked the way we came by a cave-in.
As you're talking with him as well, he has a knife out, and he's kind of just pressing it every once in a while, just kind of like spinning it in his hand. So you're not looking for anyone, then?
No, the only thing we are looking for is very much dead.
Well, there's a chance we could end on a positive accord. We can get you out of here. We have plenty of boats. And put you back on the shore. As long as you don't reveal this location.
I tell you what. Here's what I can promise you. And I'm willing to swear whatever deal you might wish to make sure it's certain. We don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Your accent sounds familiar, so I think either Grey Volcano or somewhere around it, but there's plenty of people there. I'm going to pretend I found nothing here. And should we ever go looking for someone of your description, we're going to conveniently forget that there is a well-to-do merchant here. Yes?
Del kind of gives
possibly
Delon the
all
side
right
eye.
with This accord.
On my side, I give him the side eye.
But how do I know that I can trust people who just happen to wander into my hideout? Chasing the dragon, I can believe. Icemel is her name. She's frequent here.
If you could issue an apology on our behalf, we had no idea she was there. Literally none. And it was just
We're not
massive
on
disgrace to
friendly
me.
terms.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
just
never
say
mind.
that she's sunk a few of our ships while we were
Yeah.
in port.
Well, I'm glad we have a general dislike for a common, unpleasant thing. So,
The demons, though, is another question. You say
Dust.
that the orcs are back, which is possible, I suppose. They haven't been seen in a fairly long time, but maybe they're back. Let's say they're back.
I'm gonna rip off my
Why are they
necklace
working with
of orc
demons?
ears and throw it at his feet.
Alright. You ripping off your necklace of orc ears and throwing it at his feet. He looks at it. Alright. I believe you on the orcs. Again, I don't doubt that there's a possibility that orcs are back. It's not really any of our business. Doesn't matter who's managing a ship, we're still gonna rob them blind. But
I can respect that, actually.
my question is about these demons, you call them. What evidence do you have of said creature? Because as far as I know, they're no more than tales of Davy Jones. They're folklore. They're stories to pass down to scare
Oh.
children.
They are more than just tales. I've encountered many demons in my days in service of Tyr. They are monstrosities. They can climb right inside your skin and take over your mind. Some of them can turn invisible and rip your belly open when you don't even know they're there.
No, he's not wrong.
Okay, so again, stories. As I haven't seen them, I'm not going to really believe they exist until I witness one with my own eyes.
Hmm.
My question to you is, what proof do you have that you weren't looking for me? I'm a relatively well-known person of these oceans and have quite a many
Are
high
there any
prices that have been
banners?
placed on my head at time to time.
I don't
Are
even
there-
know who you are.
Let's keep it
Are there
that
any
way.
banners or flags on the walls or anything like that?
Looking through, no, there's no banners or flags. I'm trying to think. Dolan, you can definitely give me a history check. On just the general facade of this person. Delg,
Not
I think
bad.
you've been around long enough that you can give me a history check. Other than that, I don't think any of you would have a chance of knowing who this is.
Yeah, my character has zero idea.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't either.
Never.
Oh, she's making it known. She doesn't know.
Oh, I wish Delg hadn't rolled so well on this history check.
that's So, Delano, there are stories on the seas of many specific pirate groups that exist. One of the more notorious ones is they fly obviously black flags, and their main ship or their prize ship is known as the Black Crown. Delg, with that history check, you do know that the Black Crown was specifically a slight at the once king of Eastbourne, as this pirate group specifically used to target the eastern or the western side of the continent for a large portion of their time. Until recently, the Black Crown has not been sighted for a fairly long period of time. As rumor has it, they apparently robbed the wrong person at the wrong time and with enough power to try to hunt them down and find them, to the point where it got pirates worried enough that they kind of just fled and kept low for a little bit. You guys would know this person by the name of Captain Gray.
So Captain Gray's a really big, bad, evil pirate dude, right? Super evil, robs people, killer,
he's a well-known
all that good
pirate. He usually tends to target, specifically usually seems to target military vessels. As well as target, they seem to have a habit of hitting merchants that are very, very well off.
Oh, are they like Robin Hood?
No.
No, they keep you can see that they're not like Robin Hood by how much gold he has accrued behind him. You basically the thing that you know is there is a lot of whispers that they have connections with a lot of different guilds, and they have resources that tell them of a lot of the bigger guilds, a lot of the bigger merchant guilds, of when they're sending ships out. And they don't know who these people are. They're very well hidden, and they're very good spies. And when they get information, they go out, hit the target that they're looking for with pretty impeccable accuracy of finding this ship on the sea, and then disappear again.
I don't suppose the Barbchin family was ever robbed by these sort of pirates, were they?
The Barbchin family mainly dealt on land for most of their transactions and most of their trade, so not really. I mean, like, you might have had a merchant that you worked with possibly getting hit by them. However, there wasn't any situation where a direct Barbchin situation got hit, or a direct Barbchin transaction got, hit. It was more just merchants that you had dealt with at some point who had bought your wares.
All right. So with all that rolling around in his mind, Delg's just gonna say, "Look, Captain, we didn't come here for you, but the more you talk, the more tempting it is for us to be here for you. So I suggest you let us leave now."
Make I'm guessing this is an intimidation check.
I don't suppose this is something I can throw guidance on.
Sure.
Can I help him?
You can assist the intimidation by also looking intimidating. Go ahead, roll an advantage.
Oh, advantage. Okay, you said
Oh
advantage.
no, I was saying Delg
Hold
rolls
on.
at it. I was saying
Okay.
Delg rolls at advantage, but it's okay.
Okay. Never mind then.
Guys, while attempting to look intimidating, being as bloodied and bruised as you are, and the smell of Delg apparently somehow mixing in with this as well. Well, you're looking very cute. But I have no reason to not believe you on the information. So, here's the deal.
I have a counter deal before you do.
Well, you haven't heard my deal yet. And as you're in my home, I think I'll speak first.
Forgive me, I'll mind my manners.
So, I need to know if there's any more of you hiding back in that cave. And if there is, they can happily come out. And I will give you safe passage with 3 of my men up the sea. We will drop you off on the shore. When we got to the shore, I will send one of my men with you. I will let you know exactly what he's doing right now. He is going to wipe your minds of where I was. So, we'll wipe the next, let's say, hour from your memory. You'll wake up, you'll be on shore, you don't know while you'll be there. That's the situation. If you're alright with that accord, then I'm fine with it. And we'll give you safe passage.
Insight check.
Go ahead and insight check him.
Because we never do this.
It's a little hard to read, but you don't sense any shift in his voice. So either he's really good at lying or he's telling the truth. That's my deal. If you want to have a counter offer, I'm more than happy to hear it. But I'll let you know that part of my counteroffer is adding your collections to mine, if you don't cooperate.
Do we have a minute to discuss?
What are we going to discuss exactly?
Sure,
There's
take
not
all the
much
time you like
privacy
to
here.
discuss. You're
From
not
that?
leaving this chamber, but you can discuss it between you all in here.
We can do us a little ways away from them, so it's not in the middle of the room.
Wait, can you do a pop-up tent thing? Don't you have the thing to do a pop-up tent thing?
I can make like a Lehman tiny hut, but I need 10 minutes.
Oh,
He's not going to give us that long.
Yeah.
no.
I look towards the lawn and go, "What was your counter offer?"
Metal, while you're, he's here. Okay.
Yeah,
What is Sneck doing during this time?
He's watching.
Okay.
From this, how tall is the ceiling in this large chamber?
The larger chamber opens up to about 50 feet high. But with the basin, it only goes up about 5 to 10 feet. Because it kind of drops out to the basin below.
It's pretty well lit, so you'll stay where he is. You'll go to the higher part of the ceilings. Just observe from here. You can't really make out what they're saying.
Vio is just kind of like following your lead as he kind of can keep an eye on you, but not very well. But he kind of knows where roughly you are, so he's just kind of keeping back a little bit.
I think I know who you are. And despite your reputation, I think that I know that you're also a man of your word. Before I say anything else, I do have some guarantee that that is all your man will do.
Well, I mean, they're their own person, but it's not a great ideal to go against what I want.
There are 2 others, although due to the continence of one of the other men that we met in the tunnel and the derision towards his kind, he felt it best to remain out of sight. He's a goblin. Another one of our comrades is a kobold.
Ooh,
And I look towards his reaction.
kobold, you see.
Aye. He's an odd bunch, but he's quite good at what he does. Surprised the hell out of me.
And what type of weaponry does this kobold use?
I'm personally not familiar with them. I've not seen their like before, but they're very loud.
They're a lot like little cannons, aren't they? He is very trained on you at the moment. Kind of smirking.
I simply nod.
I've run into him before. We had an exchanging of words. An exchanging of fighting
Yes.
as well.
That's polite ones, I assume.
Oh, all polite words.
Oh.
Bring Theo out. We'll have a discussion, and if I depending on what he says, I'll make my decision. But the deal still stands. Kind of as he says this, he watches, he takes the dagger, and well, he's been kind of spinning it in his hand, playing with it a little bit. He just kind of stabs it into the chair that he sits in and stands up. Go get him. Bring them all here. The two others, the goblin and the Theo. I'll hear what you have to say, and we'll go from there.
I'll call out the Sneck and Vio.
Snick, what do you do?
Can I make an insight check based on their body?
Sure. It's hard to read from this far away.
Yep. I will traverse the ceiling.
Okay. You traverse the ceiling.
Do you need me to make another stealth check?
Sure. Theo will walk
Okay.
out because he got his name called. Oh, hi. Hello there, little friend. I didn't know this was where you were. My bad. Yes, it is your bad. However, we've made a deal with your friends to let you out. So, again, the agreement is... Does your goblin think he's hiding from us?
It's his normal behavior.
Alright.
He thinks he's a spider.
Fair enough.
His brain is a little...
It's a neat trick, but I saw him coming from a mile away. Anyways, we've made a deal with your friends, Theo, that will lead you back to shore, wipe your memory of this location, and let everything slide. Your appearance with him almost changes my mind, but I don't go back on my word after I've made it. Despite not knowing the full situation. So, we'll leave you be. Erase your memory of this location. You'll find yourselves waking up on the beach and being a little confused. And you, I do need a special favor from you, as we've been, as he's looking at you, as a mutual agreement of my parlay in this situation to not attack you immediately. I need that. And he just kind of points to the pistol on his side. I think it's a fair deal. 6 lives for what used to be rightfully mine. About that, it's not yours anymore. That was fair and square. That's fine. It's about to be mine again. It's getting a little bit tense in the room as they kind of stare at each other. Fine. Kind of takes the pistol out, as he lobs a small satchel of these round objects as well as the pistol up on the stand. Just don't shoot yourself again this time. Don't plan on it. So, now that we have a mutual agreement, and I have my property back, I will happily escort you all to the ships, and you can get the hell out of my hair. Go! I will finish my dinner. Safe travels. I hope our paths don't cross again. Well, might not be as kind the next time.
I'm sure we won't remember.
But I will.
I've already forgotten.
I still don't know who you are.
So, as he says this, he sits back down in his chair. A couple of the guys start to kind of aggressively lead you back down the path. As you all are led down the stairs. Are any of you resisting?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you up there!
Nope,
Calm
but
down.
Delg will make it very clear that they best not touch him.
Hey, you goblin, man, get on the ground. You want to be able to reach in case you try to run off.
Even if I was down there, they wouldn't catch me.
Well, either way, come down here.
I'll walk to this pillar and walk down.
Alright. They start to lead you guys, over here, back across the bridge, back down this way. No, I don't want to drag. I want to click. I'm just moving to lawn.
Could have saved everyone a lot of time in Ball Lake if you'd have just let us leave in the first place.
As, you guys will make your way down
Back
the
when we
stairs.
didn't know who you were.
You guys will
could
be.
have just had no idea there were pirates here, but no, we gotta go drag you to an audience with our captain.
You guys will have to move yourself up a little bit. No, that's no.
Oh, that up.
Yeah, it's a different map. So
Got it. I thought people were going up the stairs. I'm like, oh, okay.
nope, going down the stairs. So, you guys make your way over. The basin here is relatively shallow. It's about 3 feet. Great, just walk over there, climb in the boat, and make your way out of here. And we'll send two of us with you, and then him. As you look, you do see a This man is a little bit different dressed than the rest of them. He's a tiefling with dark black skin. Darker skin than you've ever seen a tiefling have before, with completely whited out eyes. Come on, let's get to the shore sooner than later. As you do you all cooperate without an issue?
Yeah, I'm not resisting.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
I don't know how to sail a boat.
So, well, this is a rowboat. So
I don't know how to row a boat. Have you seen my arms?
as they take you guys out in two boats and row you back out. As you guys make your way through the cave, you travel for a good 5 minutes through this water path through this cave. before eventually you find yourself, as you're kind of looking around, you look back and the cave, as you guys leave the cave wall, looking back, you only see the cave. As you guys, you don't see a cave, you just see sheer cliff face. As it looks as they might have an illusion cast over this. As they row you guys out for another 5 minutes and drop you on the beach before the tiefling walks over. All right, I need all of you to gather around quickly, and I can get with the memory pot and be done with it.
As he's doing that, can I look around to see if we're anywhere near where that sinkhole that was dug that we went into was?
Give me a survival check.
No.
You have no idea where you are. You're on a
There's a lot of
beach
sand here.
next to the ocean. So I would like everyone to make if you would like to resist the memory wipe, you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God, okay.
I don't have any advantages on this yet, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think I'll have to reread Archface stuff, and I think I get that later.
Oh, do I have any resistance with the Robe of Archmagi, since it's a magical effect?
I think you have resistance, or I think you have advantage.
This is advantage on saving throws against spell and other magical effects.
Yep, you have advantage, so you can roll again.
Okay. Never mind.
So,
I'm just doing this because I think this would be a passive thing when you feel something start tampering with memories.
oh yeah, I mean it's a little confusing. So, Dusk, Hilda, Sneck, Delon, all of you kind of lose your focus for a moment. You feel like your vision goes blurry as you feel these memories plucked out of your mind. As you kind of sit there and you're like, why are we on this beach all of a sudden? You don't know how you got here. The last thing you remembered was making your way back out of the cavern from the cold cavern. Everything from the cold, or that leaving the cold cavern to here is just completely gone.
It's too late to
Yo.
roll lucky.
You remember all of it.
Delg's going to play it cool.
Alright.
He's just gonna be like, "Oh wow, what are we doing out here? This is weird."
Give me a deception.
I just don't remember how.
This tiefling had best pray that I roll a good deception check.
Okay. Let me roll their insight. What's their insight? Oh my god. What? Okay. Okay, they have god awful insight, apparently. Well, it was lovely bringing you all to shore. We hope that you all travelers have a safe journey home.
We traveled? What?
Thanks,
As they,
Ranger.
as they just kind of turn around and walk back onto their boat and start rowing away.
I start checking my pockets. What happened? What? We would just. Who are they?
All your stuff is
Delg
still
gonna
there.
give Delon a wink and just say, "Don't worry, everything's fine."
Okay.
Insight
Okay,
checked out.
dog.
Insight checked out.
Do it.
You have no idea he's so hard to read behind the smell.
Why are you winking at me?
Are they? Delg's just gonna hold up his hands and like.
Oh god, why do you spell so bad? Oh wait, no, I remember that.
Delg is now
You
going to
feel-
contemplate cracking Delon over the skull with his hammer.
roll a charisma saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
You'd probably end up killing me.
I mean, I can just
I
eat
have,
you.
I have half my HP. You'll end up killing me.
So,
Delg is gonna kind of shoo the party further in from the water, just like
as you guys make your way, or as they kind of just make their way back to the ship, other than that, and don't say any other words, and leave you guys on the beach.
as soon as we are well and truly away from the pirates, Delg will explain everything to the party.
Okay. Theo looks at you like for a moment because he's also a little confused as his memory he failed to save. So, oh, that explains why it's gonna take me so long to get another gun like that one.
I mean, if you got it before, you might be able to get it again.
It'll probably be easier just to make one, honestly. I just didn't want to before.
You know, we might have someone who can help you with that. Maybe. It'd be more magic-y than you might be used to, but...
Oh, I know of him. He's fucking crazy.
Hey, crazy works though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I prefer science to crazy. This is kind of more scientific. That's
Wait.
more
Are we talking about the
magic-y.
same... Are we talking about the same person? Who are you talking about?
Crazy halfling who blows holes in fucking the guild hall all the time.
No. This is a religious half-orc who doesn't blow holes in things all the time.
Oh. Okay, different person.
Yeah. Much taller. Bit greener.
So, actually, let me roll his survival check to see if he knows what he is.
Are we?
I will pull out my kind of beat up looking map. I need to replace this thing.
Ended, right?
No,
Well-
the map is old. Like it is an outdated map.
What with my mind?
They erased your memory.
They stole from Snatch?
The most precious thing of all, Snick. They stole from your mind.
I think we have to go.
Technically, you gave your memories voluntarily.
Alright, well, where roughly he just kind of looks at your map for a second. Talon, and just points right here. They came from over there. He like moves his finger like a millimeter. And we need to go that way. So, we're probably like a mile north of where we entered that cave. So, I guess if there's anything else you all need to do, you probably should just head back.
Delg's
Kill a dragon or go home.
Delg's gonna tap on the map where the pirate hideout is and just be like, just make a note here.
Fair enough. Now
Pirate
put a little
hangout.
skull and crossbones there.
Is there a way to
Map.
mark the ground we're on right now?
Actually, I have a better idea. I pull out my Book of Shadows,
Okay.
and I will send a note to Fulnia. Job's done. 3 of them. Broke the summoning thing. It was a shield. We found the... What were they called? Captain Grey what?
Captain Gray. The pirate crew. I didn't give them a name actually. Apparently, I gave the captain a name and the ship a name, and didn't give the crew a name. Hold.
Yep.
Pirate crew name generator. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, just take whatever it says and add Grey on it somewhere.
It actually is a thing.
Of course it's a thing.
It's the internet.
Well, how many pirate games?
I'm sure there's a name generator for a clan of ninjas that specifically attacks pirates.
Probably.
You want to go back
Finding
to how
something that
spread
sounds
was.
good. No, that one would be copyrighted or written.
If my dark side RP experience tells me anything, it has to have the word black in the name. Otherwise, they're not pirates.
The The name of their band is the Crossbone Pillagers.
We found what may be a temporary lair of the Crossbone Pillagers. If Delg is correct, I think our memory might be tampered with. There's a dragon there. Do you need us back at Sheffield, or should we go back home?
All right. So, and he doesn't speak into your mind. It appears it's writing in your book.
Yeah.
All right. Sheffield is roughly dealt with. We have a temporary base of operations there. However, if you can meet me back at the Guildhall post haste, that would be good. I have payment for you all for everything you've done, and then as well as another mission that you immediately get to go on. So, also, stole your workers for a short period of time as well. They're staying in Sheffield for the time being. So,
I messaged him back. Did you leave the cook behind?
well, he never came. So, yes.
Oh, fair. All's well. We're to go back to Devonport. He will meet us there in the Guildhall when we get there. And we're still employed. We have another job and payment waiting for us.
Payment is good.
Yes, money is good.
You look down as well as writing appears in your book as well. Actually, wait, no, writing wouldn't appear in your book for this because he's casting it. You hear minding her. You hear a voice in your mind. Oh,
this is
also,
different.
have a message for Sneck specifically. It's handwritten. Just let him know that we'll hand it to him when he gets here.
Very well. See you within a day. This is about a day's travel, right?
To Davenport, it is. Yeah, it's about a day. So you guys are about halfway between Davenport and Sheffield.
Right. Invite Vio to join us in Davenport as well.
They said that they're more or less settled over in Sheffield, so Vio, your job with us is done. You can come with us to Davenport, go to Sheffield, or go about your merry way.
I'll
I
travel
don't know if
with
you're
you back
paid
to
yet.
Davenport just because I don't know what they want me to do, and I don't report
Have
to.
you been paid yet?
I only report to Fulnia, so I
Yeah, fair
don't
enough.
get paid very much. And I don't
Alright.
mean like amount wise. I mean I don't get paid very often.
Well then,
I forgot we were doing this for money.
Well,
Smashed
sometimes
so many
you forget
orcs,
that.
I might as well have paid them.
Delg's orc life insurance.
So, you guys start on your trek. Oh, I have my notes for this. Let me pull up.
Should we need a short rest? We're kind of.
I'm really just sit down for a while.
I agree.
I'm fine, but I'm okay sitting down.
Down, you go over there.
Yeah.
Delg is going
No.
to head off 300 feet away.
Fair enough.
Oh my.
I'll cast Lehman. Do we need Lehman's or just a short rest?
I think it's best if we just do a short rest. We kind of need to get back to Devonport as soon as possible.
Okay.
Here I go again on my own.
Oh god.
Not on your own.
I think
So
the
you
curse
walk,
might be worsening.
You walk your distance away, and yeah, you guys sit down for a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank
Uh,
you, Gar.
Give me perception checks.
All of us?
Yep.
Okay.
Perception check?
Delg's not really gonna bother resting. He's just gonna hang out
Okay.
and see all.
All right. So, Sneck and Doe. You guys do notice, off in the distance a little bit, there are 3 figures up on a cliffside that seem to be watching you.
How far?
Probably about like 400, 500 feet away. They're kind of like up nestled on a cliffside. They're like down in the bushes, like laying down, just kind of keeping watch over you.
Alright.
Delg's gonna shout from 300 feet away, "Guys, there's 3 people watching us from the cliff up there!" And he's gonna point at them.
Do we know them?
Snack draws his bow without an arrow and points it up at them, and then drops it back down.
Okay. They don't move. They just kind of stay there.
I'm just letting them know I know they're there.
Yep. Where is my other?
Oh, by the way, Snack, apparently you have a letter. We'll be getting it in Davenport. Yes. Or a message, at least. It's written, according to Phomia. Can you read? No, that's a foolish question. Of course you can read. Can you read?
He starts writing and leaves cant in the sand. Can you read this?
I mean,
I
Venus
most
Cant is just
definitely
common but in
cannot.
gibberish, right?
Thieves' cant is it's more like symbols. It's symbols and loosely tied keywords.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it just looks like fluffy seagull with a little triangle at the end, and you have no idea what it means.
I didn't realize you were trying so hard to write a children's story. I could help you with that.
Mm-hmm. I can tell people to die with children's stories. I can send messages to other people to assassinate them with children's stories. I can do lots with them at children's stories.
Oh, this gives me a great idea. We could title it, something assassiny themed. Night Father?
I
No.
with some children once. They were fun. The big ones weren't very good.
Mm.
They didn't like the goblin masks I made for them.
Can Delg approach the 3 figures on the cliff without getting too close to the party and disrupting their rest?
Not really. The easiest way to get to them, like the way where you don't have to scale a cliffside, you can't really get to them without disturbing the party.
All right, then he won't approach them. He's just gonna keep watching what they're doing.
So, you guys get to the end of your short rest. You can roll your hit dice and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
As yeah, the figures just watch the entire time. You also get any of your abilities, so arcane recovery, anything like that as well.
Please.
I will be
I'll
right
stop
back when
there.
you guys do that stuff, because my food's finally here, so.
Have fun. I'll stop at 3 rolls. I'm good enough.
I think that's 4. 1, 2, 4.
Yeah,
39 or
that's what I
48.
figured. All my stuff is long rest.
Well, the fun part about my conversation is, it was all written, so there's not much to see.
Those 3 rolls, I'm back up to 102 HP, which is just 1 off of my max.
Oh, you got 1 more hit dice. Come on.
Nah, it's fine. Besides,
You know,
I had a crit.
another 7.
Well, like 5, and I'm almost at full at 50 HP.
We get hit dice back after a long rest, right?
Hit dice.
You
Yeah.
get half of them.
Yeah.
You get
Half
half
of
of
them,
them
yeah,
back.
half.
Okay.
So
Half
I
of
rolled.
total or half of expended? I'm sorry, that's
3.
probably a dumb question.
Well, I'm good at
Half of
41.
your total, so we get 4
Gotcha.
back.
Gotcha. I'll stop right there then.
Too bad we didn't have our cook's meals. Get like temporary hit points.
We ate them during that war, so.
We did.
I mean, we have
did
our
them.
general rations, so we're fine. We're not going to starve.
True.
Why do I feel like we've got a fatty payday coming to us, though? I'm pretty excited
Man.
about that.
I mean, yeah.
Does anybody remember how much a bag of holding is?
500.
Because I have ideas. 100 gold?
500.
500.
500 gold?
I think
Okay.
this one right here, when I bought it, was about 500, maybe 500 and change.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have that shield too from the
I
curve.
mean, this shield is basically silver scrap. We can try to get its weight worth, but
If not, can we melt it and put it to Hilda's weapon to make it silver?
True.
Some of us almost died getting that shield.
I lost quite a few weapons getting that shield.
and a little bit of dignity.
Yes.
Oh, so you value your weapons over my life, do you?
I
No,
value
that's
your
why
life,
they're in the
Snick.
bottom of the water and you're here.
Living up to one of your titles, Snick the Brave. Good job, Snick.
Because I'm in there with brave, actually.
Of course, Sneck, I value your life more than my weapons. Jeez.
Inside check.
Oh. Wait, Snick, just have an idea. With
I
that
want it
near
like
death,
well.
you could be Snick
You
the Cold
believe
Blooded.
me.
I do.
It's hard to read. Would Hilda lie to you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't lie. It was a lie.
I'm
No, I
full
said,
on
why would
teasing
Hilda
him,
lie
though.
to you?
I'm full on teasing him, like, you might have just gotten a new title, Snick. Snick the Cold Blooded.
So, yeah, you all settle down for you get your long rest. You feel a little bit more well rested. Dusk, you still feel like Hilda is probably telling the truth. I don't know if she's actually telling the truth, but I'm guessing she's telling the truth.
I was.
Alright. Sure you did.
I was.
What are you guys talking about?
Snack's new title. He got Snack the Cold.
I'm actually curious. I know I can't. I'm actually curious if Actor would have helped me at all, because they don't know us. I could pretend to be. I mean, I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm just curious if I could have gotten advantages with performance or deception or performance, but I didn't do deception, so Actor couldn't have helped me.
Yeah, if you had lied, you could have advantage.
Ah.
I would say
I need to lie
even
more.
if you don't lie, you can still have advantage on persuading people who you are.
Mhm.
I forgot
I'll
you
ask
took that
next time. No, it's honestly because I think of it very literally, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't bring it up because he doesn't lie very often. He'll tease, but he's usually pretty honest.
It's true. I don't think there's been a time where you had to deceive.
Like openly lie to someone? Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
So,
So Doug's gonna reapproach the party now that they appear to be done resting.
Oh yeah. Come
yeah,
over.
you're good.
It's safe now.
All right, so I need to talk to you guys. I have a bone to pick.
Oh.
We need to figure out how to get you guys to stop being so beat up and weak every time we run into somebody I really want to kill. How can we sort that out?
Is that
Didn't really get beat out.
Yeah, I totally know he's not talking about.
Snack, you're fine. You're fine, Snack. You got froze half to death. That's different.
I just ambushed.
First, we had that psychotic wizard who walked away unscathed despite all that grotesque human experimentation and mass murder. And now we let an infamous pirate lord walk away scot-free. It's really starting to grind my gears.
Wait,
Sounds they're
who?
going to get away scot-free.
Psychotic wizard.
Wait. Did you tell us about the
Oh
pirates?
yeah, he told you all of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
filled you all in about what happened. And yeah, the psychotic wizard. You remember the one in the slime dungeon?
Oh, that was it.
The one that would have killed us because we were all exhausted and beat to shit.
Oh, right. You had a problem.
Just like the pirate lord that probably would have killed us because you guys were all exhausted and beat to shit.
It's almost like Caboose throws villains at you guys, just to make you tell and be like,
And meanwhile, Hilda's like, I'm not picking this battle because I'm not gonna. I don't feel like it.
I'm not gonna argue with you about the crazy wizard because honestly, I've said my piece and I'm willing to drop that.
I had no problems with
The
that wizard.
pirate, though.
We have the location though, right?
Yeah, you marked it down.
I'm assuming
Well,
we're.
then
Hold on.
somebody else can go pick him up.
Are we moving? Are we walking and talking, or are we having this conversation?
At the
while
moment,
still
you're sitting on the
watching
beach having this conversation.
Are we gonna approach those
Let's-
people over there? I point
Listen,
over there.
we have a day's travel ahead of us, and we're gonna be partially walking through the night. Can't we just move on?
Fine. Snuck, do you need me to carry you?
Nah, don't worry.
Alright.
Are we gonna...
Alright, well, Tyr and Moradin are not gonna stand for us letting many more villains walk away unscathed.
Well, all these villains should stop appearing while we're surrounded and outmatched and exhausted and beat to shit.
Well, to be
weren't you
fair,
the
that's
one-
usually when they appear. You know, when they aren't gonna lose.
That makes sense. It's a smart fighting strategy.
People who tend to, feel like they're gonna die usually don't, walk up in front of you.
I mean, truthfully, though, I saw a way out of that situation, and then I saw a potential way out of that situation. The potential way involved at least 2 of us dying, gesturing to myself, and only a handful of them dying before being overwhelmed, captured, and/or killed. That's a potential, not a guarantee. Perhaps we could have overcome them. But here's the thing. We now know where they are. They may or may not stay there for long, but they seemed fairly situated, and packing up and leaving that much takes time. We can notify the authorities of Davenport, they can send boats out to intercept, and they can be dealt with that way.
Delg, it's a little bit of a retcon, but you're the only one who remembered it. So, give me a survival check.
Survival.
Alright. You do roughly remember where the entrance to, because remember it was an illusion to Cliffside, but you do roughly remember kind of locationally where it is. You do also remember though you never saw an actual ship. Like there wasn't a ship there. There was just the rowboats that they had in there. Now obviously they probably lead to a they're from a ship, but you do recall that you don't know where the ship was.
Their ship wasn't there.
What do you mean?
What use of Paris without a boat?
Well, maybe the ship was out pirating. There could be a lot more of them next time.
Can't deny that.
I'll fine. I'm not arguing that we should have attacked them right on the spot. What I'm saying is we need to figure out a way to keep you guys in better shape.
Well, we are getting paid, so we can try to look around to see if there might be something to help us.
Now, what are we gonna do about those 3 jackwagons up on the cliff?
Well, the 3 jackwagons up on the cliff are hopefully at least a mile or 2 away by now as we've been walking.
Oh, are we walking? Okay, never mind then. You wouldn't say
Yeah, that's
that when
kinda-
we left.
Yeah, that's
That's
kind of
why
what
I-
I said. Like, are we having this conversation here? Have we moved? No, let's walk. We're walking.
We're walking and we're
As you guys walk
walking.
away as well, or as you guys are walking, they don't follow you. They seem to just kind of stay on the cliffside. And eventually you lose sight of them.
We'll leave it for now. They're not provoked yet. Back to Davenport?
Well, that's where we're supposed to be, so yes.
Back to home. I hope the bath is built by now.
That would be lovely. Oh, we need to get some kind of tent or something up for Doug. Do we have a neighbor we hate yet?
Haven't even been home long enough to know our neighbors.
Can't we
You're
at
not wrong.
least get back before you discuss kicking me out of my own home?
We're not kicking you out. We're just finding a solution.
Hmm.
Well, we could leave the weapon. No, wait. Can we separate you from the weapon?
It's
No.
it's part of him. I'm led to understand.
Well, you could temporarily sleep in the guild hall.
No,
I don't think they'd appreciate that.
We'll figure something out.
Look,
And-
we'll trade nights. One night I'll sleep in the house. The other night you guys can sleep in the house.
Well, we can sleep. It just won't be restful sleep, right?
Yeah,
I'm okay with a crappy night of sleep after the week
you
I've
can
had.
sleep and you won't get exhaustion, but you also won't have a long rest or be able to.
I
chill.
can't sleep anymore.
Great. So, you guys are making your way back. Doug, go ahead and give me that spicy D100.
Oh boy.
Oh no, the crossroads.
Oh, shit, I should...
Fingers crossed.
Why don't I have my
See, the
notepad
worst
open?
part
What
is
the
that
hell's
like
wrong with me?
I definitely don't need that map anymore. But it's also to the point where I feel like I have to use that map every time now. If you guys are nearby it, just because.
That's like classic now.
Nope, wrong.
So,
I rolled a 6.
So,
Oh, no.
you guys have a peaceful night. It's about a half moon out tonight, as you guys are mostly traversing it during the nighttime. You hear the occasional howl, and the occasional didn't mean to make this rhyme, but owl as well. Occasional
Howling
hoots,
owls.
and but overall, you guys have a peaceful travel back. You guys arrive at Davenport probably around like the 3 or 4 hours into the daylight.
So it's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, it's like 9 to 10 range.
Let's go to the guild, figure out what we need to do next, and try to get some proper rest after that. And food. Food would be lovely.
Good.
So, you all make your way to the guild hall first.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still it's still daytime, so like the shops and stuff will still be there, right?
Yeah.
I suppose we don't all
Okay.
need to go. If some want to go straight home, I would be willing to go deal with it myself, but I don't know.
Well,
It's up to you.
I have a reason I want to go, so
Fair enough.
I'm good.
Fair enough.
And you're stock anyway.
So, you all make your way through the streets, through the market. The market at this point. Oh, Vio splits off from you guys as soon as you get to town. About a little ways before you guys get into town, he kind of just starts like, "All right, well, I'll see you later," and just kind of walks off into a farm field.
Later.
Thanks for the help. Bye-bye.
We're working with you.
I'm filling in my
Snack, you
notes.
have
What
a
was the name
feeling
of the
that he
pirate?
doesn't want to be seen by people.
Yeah.
What were the name of the pirates again? Something pillagers?
Crossbone
Crossbone.
pillagers.
Thank you. I'm just filling in my notes because I don't know why I didn't have this open.
You're good. So,
Actually,
Um, you guys, as you guys make your way into town and make your way through the market is pretty bustling this morning. There's a lot more traders than there usually is even. You see multiple kind of temporary stalls set up. A couple of people didn't even get to rent a stall from the town today, and they're literally just like selling their wares out of their cart next to the river. And as you guys make your way up to the guild hall, you see about 60 people outside the guild hall in tents. Just kind of scattering bits of people kind of in the fortress walls of the guild hall, just kind of in the tents, just kind of doing different things. Most of them, as you look over them, most of them seem to have adventuring gear. are, you know, that most of them are well armed or they're carrying staffs and spell books. They looks like, and this is a lot of people that you don't recognize as well.
Is Fulnia out there? No, he would be in the guild hall. Is there anyone just kind of idling?
The only person that you see. Let me see. The only person that you see outside at the moment is Thok is just kind of wandering the grounds at the moment.
Thok, the
There's
animal handler?
the giant. Yep. He's just kind of wandering, just kind of tending to the animals that he has and different things like that. He kind of looks over at you, and in his own way, just kind of gives you a blink of a greeting, and then keeps walking his way to what he's doing.
I give him a polite wave at that, and I guess I'll just ask inside.
I'll say, what's up, Fox?
What's up, Doc?
You denied me of this.
He kind of looks over at, do you have a horse?
Not this time.
No.
Okay.
Didn't have a cart either.
All horses are gone. I need them back.
Well, if we see any, we'll bring them to you.
Thank you.
Good job, Thok.
I like him.
He kind of
very
you're,
dedicated.
as you kind of watch him at the moment as well. You kind of look at it. You're slowly realizing he very much doesn't know what to do with himself when there's no animals to tend to. He's just kind of like wandering around, looking at stuff, just kind of like sitting down every once in a while, looking up at the sky. He's very confused.
You know, Thok, I know that your animals are currently busy doing important work for the guild, but
Yes.
there's perhaps plenty of farms that might need help handling some of their animals in the interim.
I
Have
do
you thought
not
of
like
that?
their animals.
That's fair, I suppose. Just trying to help.
I like my animals.
I like your animals too.
They are very nice.
They really are. And you take such good care of them.
Uh-huh.
And we're walking.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Goodbye.
Good
I
conversation.
still like him.
He's a very dedicated person to his work, and that's.
Worker.
Mm.
So, upon making your way into the front of the guild hall, you find another about 40 people inside. Pretty much all of the shop vendors are actively talking to customers. There's about 6 different people currently at Alora's desk, just kind of like her you watch as she's kind of talking to all 6 of them at different times. You get the feeling that they're probably 6 leaders of their different groups, as they're all trying to kind of like converse and get information at the same time. As you look at her, she looks a little bit more disorganized than usual. As you kind of, she's like writing on like 4 different papers at once, and every once in a while she looks down and just kind of scratches something out of one paper and starts writing it on another paper.
You know what? I think Delg's gonna storm over to these frickin' rooks that are all up in his guild hall. And he's like, haven't you idiots ever heard of standing in line? Don't you see what you're doing to this poor woman? Jesus, by tier, get in fucking line.
Oh,
Wait your
it's
turns.
okay. It just takes less time this way.
Hell, if you say so, Laura.
They're all giving me information about the same situation, so sadly it has to be this way.
All right, well, they get in line. If they get out of line, you let me know.
All right, will do. Or are you all
gonna-
here to see Fulnia?
Yeah, we're coming through.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
just make your way upstairs to the library. I'll send them to you when I get a chance.
All right.
Perfect, thank you.
Wonderful work as always.
Of course.
Kelg's gonna give all of the people crowded around her desk a look before he goes up the stairs.
They kind of give you back a look of like visual confusion. as they have no idea who you are. So
This malodorous dwarf coming up and just giving them.
they
the
know you
riot
haven't had a
axe.
shower in a while, but they have no idea who you are. So, you make your way upstairs. The library is looking over. It's a little packed up as you look through it. There's stacks on stacks of books on the desk that seem to be recently read through, or there's kind of like smatterings of different piles. You see where they've ripped out or they've like bookmarked pages and a bunch of other stuff.
Or see what they were looking for.
Sure. Give me a quick just kind of as you just kind of quickly look through the books. Most of the books that you're finding are on some relation to demons in some way, shape, or form. Most of them general books, some of them story books. Some of them, one of them is a dark kind of crimson colored front page, no text on any side of it. The binding of it seems to be some sort of skin, but you can't tell what it is for the actual binding on the side of the book. But the rest of them are all they're kind of all more like story, like published books kind of situation.
The black and red one, it's just the cover that's black and red. Or do you see the front page?
It's crimson.
Oh, crimson.
It's like a dark crimson. And it's basically the cover. The cover and the back of it are they're a crimson material. Looking over it, you can't really tell what it is. It is also some sort of hide. And then the binding for the actual book is some kind. It's not actually like a solid binding. It's like laced together, and it's laced with some sort of skin. You're not sure what it is.
Pay special attention to it, but I won't touch it for now. I'll just leave it.
There's no markings on the book at all from the outside. And that book specifically, as well, there's no bookmarks in either. After about 5 minutes of you guys waiting and kind of looking around, your red tiefling friend walks in through the door. Terribly sorry. We've had a lot of people here in a short period of time.
You noticed.
Yeah, what's
Recruiting's been going well. A little bit too well.
I was going to ask if there were new recruits or reinforcements from the west.
Well, both. Most of them are newer members of the Eastbourne Guild who were capable foot soldiers. As the Eastbourne Guild said that they had enough of their own problems to deal with and they can't send their experienced members, but they can send them a bunch of newbies that are fresh off the boats. And they're, some of them are worth their time. Some of them I just want to send home. But I won't refuse help at this point because, frankly, bodies out there active is significantly better than nothing. So, as a side note, their numbers are probably going to dwindle in the next coming month, most likely. But that's not my problem.
I was hoping the initiation's a bit tamer than ours was.
No, it won't be. There's an active war going on, so.
Oh, fair enough.
I was gonna say it just wouldn't be the same if they weren't dropped into a horrifying hellscape composed of the undead corpses of their friends and neighbors.
Well, that's fair. I guess that won't necessarily be as bad, but
God, so many people need therapy.
So, do you want payment first, or do you want the next mission first? Up to you. I can handle either one right now.
I would like
Payment
my message.
first. Oh, that's right. You said you had a letter for Snack.
Oh, here you go. He hands you an envelope that's sealed with a seal that none of you recognize. Snack, you do recognize it as, it's the Assassin Guild's seal. Although it from the outside view, it just looks like a fishing company.
Okay.
And there's no writing on the outside of the letter.
I'll open it up, assuming it's in Thieves' Cant.
Yeah. The entire thing is in Thieves' Cant. And it's from your goblin friend.
Is this the quote-unquote goblin friend?
Maybe. So, as you read through the letter basically says that she is making her way back to Eastbourne. The Assassin's Guild has called several key members back, and it seems like something's going down. And at the bottom of it, it just has the initials ST.
Stereotype.
He'll keep that to himself.
Okay. So, the rest of you, do you want payment now or mission now? It's up to you.
Payment now. We'll sort that out when we get back home.
Fair enough.
Unless we need to leave immediately.
So, we're a bit strapped for cash a little bit at the moment, or gold at the moment, but what we do have for you is some spoils of war. It's things that we specifically picked up to enhance some of our more experienced groups at this point. So, what I do have, as he kind of just vamps a bag of holding into his hand, and starts to go through it and pull out an arrangement of different things. The first thing he pulls out is it's a really, really ornate short sword. Looking through it, it's beautifully carved, and looking at it, it's kind of very unique in the shape of it. You can't really, it doesn't look like it doesn't feel like it has any special magic properties to it from what you can tell at initial glance, but it's relatively ornate. So we have this short sword we picked up from battle. It's relatively well made. It looks to be I don't really know where it's from. I've never seen a sword of this make before. It's of a metal I don't recognize. However, we also have this, as he also pulls out a short bow. It's about 8 inch, or it's about like a foot in length total. Ornately carved out of what looks like a very, very dark wood. It's kind of there's multiple different bands interwoven on each side of it. This, which is going to be particularly interesting to you, as he points to Delon. We do have this as well, as he pulls out another set of bracers as well. So, we can offer you all 3 of these items, or we can compensate you for gold a little bit for ones that you don't want. These are specific things that I kind of kept in mind of you all, knowing your strengths and weaknesses.
Do we know what all they are, or should I figure that out?
This, as he kind of points to the bow. This is it's known as an Eldritch bow. It is specifically channeled for members who practice connected arts, I think is the best way of phrasing it. So, what it allows you to do is it'll amplify your Eldritch Blasts, basically, a little bit. This over here, these are very simply braces of defense. Fairly useful for Hilda, I imagine. She's taking many of the frontline fights at the moment. And this short sword, I don't know. It's just particularly piqued my interest. I haven't really looked into it too much. As far as I can tell, there's nothing special about it, but the thing that's curious to me is this metal is nothing that I've ever seen on this continent. And I haven't really had time to go through most of it. I haven't really looked through a lot of the, I haven't messed around with it much, as I'm not really I'm not really particularly good with swords. So it didn't really directly interest me as much as just kind of piqued my interest. And on top of all of this, we do have 250 gold a person, apart from the weapons as well.
Well, I'm willing to take your word on the bow. I don't think I suppose there's no harm in learning.
Well, looking at the bow as well. It's more of an arcane focus than a bow. It's shaped like a bow, but there's no string.
I get you. Okay.
Yep.
So it's more of like an alternate Eldritch Blast, but with bonuses.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can discover what those are if you use them.
You've yet to let it lead us astray. I don't mind taking what you offered to me. What about the rest of you?
I don't mind. I mean, you know.
And if you don't want one of the weapons, I can happily hold on to it and give you gold to compensate for it.
I mean, you know.
Does
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, Hilda's just kind of stammering. That's what she's doing right now. Because in one hand she wants to buy a bag of holding, because her secret plan is to fill it with ball bearings and call traps and javelins, so she can have this little bag that she has all this stuff in. But on the other hand, cool new toy.
Are you saying this out loud, or is this your own internal?
No, this is my internal monologue. That's why she was stammering.
Well, I will say this.
Snack, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Me?
No, Snack, specifically.
Ah.
Okay. Actually, I don't know why I had you roll this. You would have. This is a passive perception thing. Never mind. I'm an idiot. The short sword. The short sword on the hilt of it does have Thieves' Cant written on it.
Oh? Can I roll that?
Yep. On the blade, it says reap and sow.
Okay. Does that mean anything to me?
Roll a history check.
Sure. It's worse. It's not too bad.
Not that you're aware of.
Cool. How long is the short sword?
The short sword is short. It's like average short sword length, so like it's like 3 feet.
So as tall as me.
Yeah, it's a little bit shorter than you, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll see that sword.
Certainly. Gives it to you.
Take it. I tap it against my hat. Tell me about the sword.
You tap it against your hat. Your hat flops.
Asking the sword to tell you?
No, I'm asking my hat. you all have a magic hat that tells you things about things?
No.
I look like upwards. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not
Sick,
even
roll a deception
wearing a
check.
hat.
I typically
give-
find my answers in tier.
I
and
actually
Morse.
give Foldy a
You guys-
very concerned look.
You guys are fairly certain with that deception check roll that the hat does stuff. The hat speaks to him.
Okay.
Well, that's not really my business, but is the weapons fine for now?
I'll take this great sword.
I don't think Delg is fooled.
Delg is in fact not fooled by Snack. The hat does not speak for him. So,
Everybody else do.
You know, I'll believe you, but in a very concerned manner. He's had plenty of problems with things that have talked to other people already.
I mean, I'm not gonna doubt him, but I just never heard of a talking hat.
I just believe it's voices in his head and he thinks it's the hat.
Alright, so are we gonna take the items? We can figure out the sword later. Move this along.
Sure.
I'll
Listen.
take what's offered to me.
I'm
So-
sure Fulmia is extremely busy.
Yeah.
and I will give you guys the information on those items as you identify them. Situation is, other mission that we have going on, we have a lot of war fronts that are active at the moment. There's an active battle that's apparently been going on for almost 4 days now at Fort Penshaw. It seems like a large majority of the orcs seem to go there. We seem to have gotten about a third of them at Sheffield, and the other 2/3 headed north. Yeah, you all get 250 gold, sorry. The other situation is the demons, tracking them down one by one. We've managed to track down, with your group being successful, we've accounted for four of the 5 lunar demons. The other ones, sadly, due to their ability to teleport and not fly, are going to be significantly harder to track. That's going to take some time to find them. However, we are putting out scouts that have affinities for finding the mysterious out there, and we'll be letting you all know as soon as we can on those locations. Finally, the last thing that we needed to look into over the course of this time was the situation in Scorchville. Jelvis has let us know that Scorchville is gone. In fact, there's no people left there at the moment. Upon realizing this and doing his investigation, he sent you all some help back at Sheffield, teleporting a few of our guild members there. And he went on a thorough investigation of trying to find where this possible creation could be. No such luck so far on that front either. So, the situation that we are dealing with at the moment is Fort Penshaw is being slammed into relatively every day at this point. They are dealing with constant assault, and while we can teleport food into them, they need something. They need a distraction. They need some sort of... They need something that deflects from their current situation, so they have... So that way we can make sure the fort stands, because if that fort falls, the entire western continent is going to fall shortly afterwards. So, what we have you all doing, is you all are going to use your knowledge of the tunnels under Sheffield. Make your way back to Sheffield, make your way into the tunnels, make your way using the tunnels back into the Dry Gulch. And we need you guys to make your way into the archway. As far as we're aware, the archway is still active. All of our reports that have been nearby have said that it's still active. We need you all to see what's coming out of there. we don't really have a way of getting to their location of where they are, as it's shielded by some sort of magic, and the only way in is through that archway. As far as we're aware, there's fairly little forces actually guarding it. A few of our spies have been able to make it close enough to keep an eye on it, but they're not making their way through without some help. So, we'll send you all, as well as another task force a few days later than you all, to catch up with you. To make your way through the archway, account for what's on the other side, and then bring back that information as quickly as possible. The bringing back of the information is the important part. We have word from a group that has ventured through the archway of what they found. My biggest question is that they said that there's an army of several million orcs, and we can't account for 1 million orcs at this point.
So what are you asking us to do? Exactly, we're to go through the archway and do what?
Find out what's on the other side. Find out if there's more orcs there. Why we had a report of this many orcs and then not most of it seems like most of them didn't push through. So we're just confused. We don't know where they are. We need a scouting party, frankly. And we need a scouting party that we know when push comes to shove will be able to fight their way enough to get out of there. And seeing as you all led most of the incursion at Sheffield before we could get help to you all,
Thank you for that, by the way.
you all, of course,
help.
it was as soon as we knew that they hit Sheffield, it was important for us to get as many people as we could to you all. We sent a large portion of a guild to Fort Pinshaw, where they still are, but defending Sheffield was very important for defending the entire southern continent, so that's where we're at. We just need a scouting party to go in there, find out as much information as you can, and bring that information back. This is not a killing mission. This is entirely a gathering information mission, and obviously there's going to be plenty of situations where I'm sure combat will arise, as they might be guards, there might be different situations. But we need to account for, well, 900,000 orcs that we don't know where they are.
It's always a good day to kill some orcs. I'm ready. Let's go.
I do have one unpleasant thought. One of the leaders that was attacking the gates of Sheffield, he wasn't entirely from this plane.
No, I recall the report from Ariana. We believe that it was a demon, possibly a half-blood demon orc or some sort of weird concoction. Not entirely sure on that one.
What are the chances that they're using one of those planes to... I'm not sure if I even want to finish this thought.
Frankly, the fact that they've managed to link two planes of existence at all is, frankly, a little bit concerning. As far as we were aware, Sothiath was disconnected from the other planes of existence. Many powerful beings have tried to traverse between the planes during this time, trying to experiment and figure out if there was a way around it. And most of them were unsuccessful, and the ones that were successful didn't come back. So, that's what we're trying to figure out now as well. That's kind of been my job, is finding out what...
Those wizards aren't saying anything.
Well, we contacted them. They're just as perplexed as we are on why these portals are being opened from another realm. However, they are quite busy at Dragon's Perch as well. There's a bit of a situation going on up there that, frankly, I'm not really interested in getting involved in at the moment, and we'll leave it up to them. Let's just say that recent conflicts and recent adventures of people entering this world has also got some of the chromatic dragons are a little bit agitated. And there's currently an active dragon war going on as well.
Are sea dragons chromatic or metallic?
Neither. They're kind of a loose in-between situation.
They're their own independent type of asshole?
Pretty much. Like, they're dragons, but they're not really... They don't really fit into either group. They disagree with both of them.
That one seemed content to be in its little cave hiding away.
Well, most of them are, as they're... Dragons are hunted creatures in some situations, and if they can just keep to themselves, they try to keep to themselves. Didn't realize you ran into one. I'm glad that you all made it out safely
I
then.
thought I mentioned that.
We didn't kill it.
You might have. I might have been... I apologize. I have a lot going on, so I'm a little bit
Big sea
scatterbrained.
dragon. Yeah, big, stupid sea dragon. Yes,
Oh, is that Ice Smell?
I believe.
No, I have no idea.
I've
But
run
we
into her
didn't kill
before.
him.
Delg?
Do you remember?
Yeah, that's what the pirates called her. I socked her right in the stupid face.
Well, thank goodness you got out of there then.
Is there anything that could be done for tampered with memories?
Well, there is things that can be done for it. Greater Restoration usually solves the problem.
I'm assuming that's not going to be easy to come across right now.
You can speak with some of the clerics. I believe Oriana can do it as well. Possibly if you want to meet up with her in Sheffield, since you'll be traveling that way, there's a chance she might be able to do it. I do believe it costs... It does have a material component. I'm not entirely sure of what that is. Not a cleric myself, so...
Fair enough. Delg, do you think it's worth it?
I mean, I already told you everything that happened. And I can tell you that every usage of that spell is going to consume 100 gold worth of diamonds. So if we used it on all of you guys, that's 400 gold gone for something I've already been able to fill in the blanks for you.
I guess it's not important enough.
It doesn't sound too important.
Well, there you have it. So,
I mean, it was an hour. It was 1 hour. It's up to you guys if it's worth 100 gold to you to get an hour back.
Did I say anything or did I lose anything?
No.
Then I don't
Did we
need that
ever
hour
mention
back.
our name?
I'm good.
I
Did
don't
we ever
even know
mention our
who
names?
in the first place.
No,
think
we
as long
didn't
as
give
we-
them our names.
As long
They
as that
knew,
didn't- we should be fine.
They knew the kobold from previous interactions. Apparently the kobold had stolen from him before.
Oh, yeah. Vio also did a really good job in assisting us all, yeah.
No, yeah. That much I do remember. He's a terrifying little bastard.
yes, he's quite the spark of energy. But he's effective, so that's why we keep him
Oh.
around.
I did make a note, for according to what Delg said, where they're currently hiding at. Should I give that to someone here or to the local garrison?
Well, here's fine. We're probably not going to go after Captain Gray and his crew. At the moment, we have bigger fish to fry, but
Understandable.
it's good to know where they are at least.
And I'll take out my... I need a new map. I'll take out the outdated map, and this is where they were. Apparently there's an illusionary wall on the cliff face.
Oh, wonderful. That's great to, Oh, it's gonna be wonderful to deal with.
Later. So, do we need to head out immediately, or are we allowed to take a...
No, if you
night
need to
to
take a day,
ourselves?
that's perfectly fine.
This will give us a day to restock on potions and have at least one night's rest.
Of course, take the time that you need. Of course, anything that you need from the guild hall, go ahead and pick up.
Is there any empty rooms in the guild hall? Just out of curiosity, Volnia.
I mean, there's a few. Sadly, most of the guild hall has been filled with new inquiries at the moment, while they find lodging.
I wouldn't do that to the people staying here. It's fine. I'll just go out of town tonight.
Perhaps can I ask why?
Point to his hammer.
Well, ever since I got this here hammer, not only does it make me smell bad, which is annoying,
I did
also
notice the
apparently
odor. I was
being
going to
within
ignore it.
300 feet of me prevents people from being able to rest for some reason.
Oh, that's a peculiar situation. I'll come to your home this evening. I should be able to supply at least a temporary means of a fix for that.
Yeah, we should need that day.
That's fine. I mean, I can give me until 4 or 5 hours from now, and I can appear and I can make my way to your home and solve that issue at least temporarily for you, so you all can take a rest.
That would be great. Thanks, Volnia. I was just
Cool.
gonna grab a tent and go out in the forest or something.
I mean, you could do that, but my method is fairly inexpensive for me, and I feel like would be a little bit better situation for you.
Hey, I won't say no.
Of course, you're always welcome.
Okay. Well, I do have business to attend to with the plethora of new inquiries that I have. So if there's anything that you need from the shops, go ahead and purchase it. And if not, then I will see you when the job is done. Do look for. I believe you've met Livery and Klaus. I know you know who Shu is. They could possibly be showing up behind you all, roughly probably a day or two after.
Do I recognize Klaus? Who's Klaus?
You've heard his name in passing. He was with Thelgeek's group.
Oh.
I recognize the name, but I don't have a face to it. Oh well. Are they going to be going back with us, or...?
They're going to be your backup in the situation.
Understood. They'll be behind us.
Yeah, Livery is an excellent tracker and should be able to find you without issue, so...
Right. Alright. Oh. Shopping?
Sure, yeah.
Why not?
Fly.
Of course. And have an excellent day!
Thank you, Volnia.
Thank you.
Is as you guys turn to walk out, you just hear as just a pile of books behind you just goes toppling over as he just turns around as walks away. So, you all have your free range of the guild hall again. With a lot of people in the guild hall, but
Well, I know that I'm basically out of potions, so... Is there anything anyone wanted to look at in particular?
What are we doing with the silver from the shield?
I was honestly assuming, that's my bad, I didn't think to ask anyone, that we were just going to sell it as silver scrap if it's still worth anything. I mean,
Well, I
doesn't.
kind of lost my silver great axe. So.
You did?
Yeah, it's in the bottom of that ice lake.
Oh shit.
Like use that as a little anchor to go down.
I mean, I have this really great axe and this new weapon thing.
We can definitely see about getting you a new weapon.
For the black.
Well, I don't really need a new weapon. I was thinking more so of silvering these.
What is these?
I think that's right.
The new weapon that I just got and the great axe that I have.
I mean, we can inquire. As long as
Yeah.
we're providing, it might even cut down the costs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then, whatever,
Demonically enchanted
daggers
silver.
or anything else that you guys want to silver.
No,
Yeah.
we do have those 20
Just-
drow daggers that someone might be interested in.
Yeah.
Keep up.
Why?
I might need them.
For
Come up for a
what?
reason.
Well, you carry the damn things.
Okay, man. Okay. Really
I don't
want
actually.
30
I don't actually take them out. It's just they're in the bag.
Probably holding 10.
I sent you with the bracer. Your bracer's a defense too as well.
Who?
I sent it to Miss Lazy General. Because I feel like Hilda will probably be the person who's using them.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go inquire. If there's extra, maybe I'll put some caltrops with silver or something.
So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assuming everyone's keeping, aside from Hilda, everyone's keeping their 250 gold.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what we have together for group spending before we leave like the library room and go, like I would have said this as like Fulnia left the room and I say, we have about 1,338 gold for party needs. So keep it in mind when we're shopping.
Potions of healing. Get those.
As many as they can spare.
And caltrops or ball bearings.
I will take out my bags of ball bearings and caltrops and hand them to her.
But I don't have a bag of holding to put them in, so just hold on to them.
Not it.
For carrying anything, by the way.
And I'm just gonna start muttering to myself, so potions, something to help with climbing maybe. Oh, fuck all. See if I can't get a new map.
Yeah. Anyone else need anything kind of big?
I do need to replace my javelins, but I have money for that.
Yeah, you got knickknacks, so you gotta.
I wanted to see about silvering my great axe, but if it's not going to be ready by the time we want to leave, I probably
It's
won't.
without a doubt going to take more than a day.
Yeah.
How long would it take to silver a great axe? Like,
Oh my god, you have your profound new knowledge of smithing.
I mean,
Probably about. I mean, you could do it in a day.
Pick it up.
If you had the amount of silver that you needed, and you had the great axe, it wouldn't be difficult to do in a day. You'd have to make
I mean,
a
how
smithing
much-
check for it, but yeah.
how much silver would I need?
The silver shield would be more than enough if you wanted to use that. But you'd need. So in reference here, let me just reference it this way. You need about 100 gold worth of silver to silver the great axe. The shield is worth 500 silver or 500 gold in silver. So
I mean,
you could either sell that for 500 gold, or possibly, or you could turn it into the great axe. The shield is quite ornately carved, though, so it might be higher than that value-wise to some people.
I mean, the face is defaced with acid, and I personally.
Oh, I
know
forgot
that.
about that. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the edges might be fine, but the face has been treated with acid.
Yeah, I did
While it
forget
might
about
still
that. Yeah, it's
shine,
basically just a silver shield at this point.
It's still a bit, shiny, pockmarked, and
Yeah, that's true.
so.
You guys ruined my shield.
Hey, you put a damn demonic summoning sigil on it, okay?
You grenaded it. What?
No one tried
Damn
to
you.
spell magic.
Oh,
Does anyone have dispel magic?
I actually do, but I just can't use it right now. Oh, actually, wait, no, we took a small rest. I do, but
I mean,
not back then.
we can't retcon an entire day. Maybe like 5 minutes.
I didn't have a slot for it when we were fighting this line.
What's up?
BMJ.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Delg's gonna look around for some smith's tools. See if he can pick some up.
Oh, I have some smith tools.
Do you have
If you
healer-
want mine.
We might need healer's kits. If we ever get downed again.
Anyone know how to use one of those? I don't know.
I don't. I'm just suggest
Use one of what?
A healer's kit.
healer's kit.
I mean, anybody can get a little basic training to be able to just use it to stabilize someone who's bleeding out, but I've got one.
How is that holding up? Do you need to replace anything in it?
No, I picked up a new one not too long ago. So I've got like 1.5 healer's kits on me.
Oh,
But they're really not much use unless somebody's out bleeding out. If I was a doctor, that would be one thing, but
that's you got to be a doctor.
No, let's take a look at what they have. They might be a little bit short on stock based on looking around, but who knows?
Is there anything with like a magical item with like plus stats, or is it too expensive? The plus stats, like Dex or Con or Int or blah blah blah.
Wait, what
I
are you looking
think-
for? Sorry.
Like a magical item with like plus stats, like a strength plus strength. Excuse me, for me plus Int. It's like a.
There are. Actually, give me a history check. That's a good history check. Alright, so, there are items that can do something of the sort. However, most of the ones you're aware with have, like, out of character, they're capped off at a certain range. They're usually capped off at 19.
Oh. So like right now I have 21 Int. I just want like plus 1 Int.
Mhm.
It's next
So
month.
the other ones that you are aware of is there is something called an Ion Stone that you've heard rumors of, but you don't entirely know what it does. The things that you are aware of is you're aware of the circulative intellect and stuff like that could raise your intelligence, but they're hard. Most of those they raise your intelligence to 19 out of character.
Okay. Alright. That would be a secret for me then. Alright, no, I was just curious if there would be anything like that in the sale.
You could always go to the artificer and ask, or the magic wizard and ask, or the elf lady and ask.
While they're doing the silver thing, I'll peruse around.
Dog has no
Right,
language
yeah.
proficiencies. He's forgotten all language.
yeah, I'm having some complications. Don't mind.
Good at language.
Dog's intellect has gone to 1. He has now forgotten all language.
He's forgotten how to pray. Oh
I
no!
was trying to add the smith tools proficiency to my things. I didn't actually add everything from Akmon the Smelly.
You're good.
Also, I put my bracers on because I just went slap. I
Yep.
just put them on.
You can spend your 30 minutes to attune with them, or no, your hour to attune with them,
All right.
and then you will gain the benefits of them.
Nice. But for right now, I'm looking to get my great axe silvered, and we're leaving tomorrow morning,
You
right?
can either get someone to do it, or you could have Delg do it. That's up to you.
All right. I'm gonna wait and see if Del can do it, because that would be easier. I'd stay up with him.
You would know that
You know.
if Delg did it, it would be cheaper. Because he can do
Well,
it for the
yeah.
material cost as opposed to paying someone to do it.
Right. And then we would be able to keep the leftover silver we could do other things with.
I suppose technically, if you need a forge, oh no, do we even have a forge? Do we have? I mean, tools are one thing.
We have a certain someone living in our house who set up a workshop.
those.
Dwarven forges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's got
Yeah.
my family's forge stone. I forgot about
Mhm,
that.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he
Which he
wouldn't
definitely
wouldn't
takes with
mind
him.
letting you use it.
Yes, he has my uncle's forge stone.
There you go.
And
Oh,
I don't
Uncle's
know. if he's
rare
actually
dwarven
there.
heirloom.
The orc does.
The rage.
There's
Well,
a
Doug's
simmer
gonna
in
look
your
around
eye.
and see if there's like a portable forge or anything like that that he can find for sale.
Yeah, the person who holds general goods does have a. They actually do have one portable forge in stock.
How much?
Let me double check. Let me see how much it costs. I'm trying to find how much it costs. So the portable forge is very expensive. But he does have a forge you can get set up kind of. It's a smaller forge that you can it's not portable per se, but it's purchasable that you could place in the house.
Just
can
out
be
of
installed.
sheer curiosity, when you say very expensive, I want to know.
12,000 gold.
Oh,
12,000. Okay.
We'll be back for that later.
It'd be the equivalent of a forge stone, basically.
Maybe we can find a forge stone somewhere. Who knows? Maybe somebody else has pillaged
If
my
you want to
family's
if you want
legacy
to
for
buy
their
a
own gain.
forge that you can put in your house, you could purchase one for 50 gold.
Does that include an anvil and all that? Is it like all the fixins for?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Delg'll slap down 50 gold to make that happen.
And do you need me to get it delivered to the house, or do you all just want to load it into something and take it?
I mean, how heavy is it?
It's about 400 pounds, give or take, with everything.
Will it fit in this? I hold up the bag.
No.
No,
I
probably
wouldn't be
not.
able to carry it.
I'm
How
pretty
long
sure
will the
Thok.
delivery take.
I'm pretty sure Thok usually does my deliveries for me. He might be able to do it. He's got a
No,
little
there's
bit
no
of free
horses
time.
or carts right now.
He doesn't need one.
I can levitate it. I can levitate it.
Oh, yeah, that would give him something to do. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
All right, and Doug will also find out about like
I
getting
know
some
it's not what you
materials
meant.
like.
That just sounded so condescending. I know it's not what you meant. But...
He can act like a real functioning member of society for a minute.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you all are awful.
But Doug will probably also want to buy like some like iron and steel ingots and materials and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't really find those in the guild hall, but there is plenty of merchants out in the market that sell precious metals. You could
How
pretty
does that
easily.
generally work? I've never done a crafting character before. I've never.
So
done it.
usually the way that it usually the way it cost wise is buying the supplies for the thing you're making costs half the cost of buying it. So like let's say a silver great axe costs 200 gold. So a silver great axe, if you were to make it, would cost you 100 gold. And then you would have to just make the smith check to make sure that you rolled high enough to actually craft the weapon properly.
And
Because
that would
the
be
idea is you pay
his-
half the cost, but if you succeed, you get a finished product. So
Now this is my intention is not to be difficult. I'm just trying to understand. That is to make a complete silvered great axe from scratch.
Yeah.
Would be 100 gold.
Yep.
So what about applying silver on
to a great axe,
Hilda's? I presume she
it
wants
would
a Dragon
cost
Slayer axe?
you. I'd say it would cost you about 75 gold or 75 gold worth of silver.
Right. Okay.
That based off the fact that I believe let me see how much a great axe is. Because I don't remember that one offhand. Nope, that is what a great axe does, not what a great axe costs. Yeah. Actually about 85.
Okay.
Because a great axe costs 30 gold, so half that would be 15, so it'd be 85 silver roughly.
Fair enough.
So
Alright,
he
and
would
that,
need to
that would
basically
be my days trying to silver all this great axe.
he would
Okay.
need to basically melt down the shield and take the appropriate amount of cost out of that, basically, right?
So you
And
guys
the rest would probably be like
have 415 gold worth of silver left on the shield.
there you go.
Appreciate.
I mean, you could potentially use the rest of the silver to make a shrine to what was his name?
Morden.
Yeah.
The murder.
And you add to the shrine you have to Tyr and throw Morden on there.
I don't know how Morden feels about. How does Morden feel about silver? Do I have any idea? What's his favorite metal? Probably steel. He's a forge guy.
Iron or steel would usually be his preferred. On the occasion that you could get it, it would be dwarven iron specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I doubt that's readily available.
Dark iron is in fact not very readily available anymore. That is accurate. There is a finite amount of dark iron that exists in the world right now, and most of it is in weapons.
Yep. So yeah. I think Doug will pick up like, I don't know, how much would it take to make a nice Moradin symbol for the shrine out of steel? Like, how much gold worth of steel do you think that would be?
A nice one, probably like 250.
250?
Yeah. Just straight steel.
I could build shit for that.
Steel is pretty
as much as they
expensive,
tease
so-
you for it, I do want you to get better at it.
If you did it in iron, it would probably only be about 50 gold. But steel specifically is pretty expensive.
Well, I think this needs to come from my pocket. This is something I've got to do, and I've got the money. I appreciate the offer, but Delg is going to drop 250 gold on
Sure.
steel.
You go back to the same merchant who you bought the silver from, or well, I guess you're not buying the silver, so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're scrapping the silver.
Yep.
Can I go visit whoever for an item for raising intelligence, if there's any, like just put one in?
You're not sure who would have that. You could go ask around though. Give me an investigation check.
Let's see what we find.
Okay.
Oh, apparently
I
nothing.
just need to do a thing.
So you go through the guild hall and ask all of them. Seems like they don't have any in stock at the moment.
No.
The artificer knows of one, but he sold it a while ago.
I just lower my head and like, oh. I'll just go buy like my knickknacks of oil and ball bearings and all the stuff I used up throwing art.
Yep, you can do that. What are the rest of you all doing?
I'm making a list for you to hate me for.
Snack, do you find your way back to the party?
No.
Okay. That was just fun.
I'm making my way to the docks to
Okay.
the Thieves Guild hideout.
So basically, the things that I'm looking for are, of course, potions of healing, whatever might be available that
50
we can
gold a
afford.
pop.
Okay.
I don't think you could exhaust theirs. Actually, no, you probably could exhaust their supply if you spent all of
I
your
don't
gold on
want
it.
to intentionally do that. I just want enough to cover us to spread out as needed, right?
Okay.
So, like, I'm thinking maybe like 2 per person.
So 10 total.
Yeah.
That would
So that'd
be
be 500 gold.
500 gold. Between the shops at the guild, you can get 10.
Okay. Because I don't want to break it. I just want enough to be able to cover our ass in emergency,
Yep.
right? I also want to see about getting a few tools. I was thinking about getting some basic things like shovels, maybe 1 or 2 picks. I think in the dungeon book I saw like a spelunker's kit, or is it a dungeoneering kit?
There's a dungeoneering kit.
There's a dungeoneering kit.
Wanted to pick up one of those because
Oh yeah, we need rope. We one of ours was broke and the other one was like used up.
Rope costs,
Yeah.
let me find it. not helping. You know, let me just look at the player's handbook. The player's handbook makes finding items so much easier. It's
So it's just
amazing how
like-
bad like tool pages are on websites for like finding through shit. All right, so
Yeah.
Alright, so rope. If you want regular rope, it is 1 gold per 50 feet. If you want silk rope, that's 10 gold per 50 feet. What was the other thing you said?
Dungeoneer kit.
Engineer kits you can find for 12 gold.
Okay, so it's gonna be 12.
They come with climbing material mostly though. Are
I
you
see.
looking? You're looking for like pickaxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, like some like a small amount of basic tools, things that could have potentially come in handy, but we just didn't have either due to inexperience or just never thinking it'd be a thing. So like tools, like
Pickaxes
pickaxes,
cost
shovels.
2 gold a piece. Shovels cost 2 gold a piece. Anything else you're specifically looking for?
You said rope was 1 gold or 10 for silk, right?
Yeah.
For 50 feet.
Yeah, both of those are for 50 feet.
Okay.
The only difference is silk rope weighs less.
Let's see. I will go
I mean,
for.
it has other uses, but I don't think they apply.
I will go for 3 lengths of like regular rope
Alright,
and 1
3
length
gold.
of silk rope.
okay. So that'd be 13 gold.
So just hemp rope is going to be 3 gold. You said the pickaxes and shovels are going to be
2
how
gold
much
apiece.
again? 2 gold. There's 2. It's going to be 4 gold. I'm just writing everything out so I can just start doing maths.
Yep, you're good.
Let's see. That was going to be for 10. And the drinkers hemp rope was 3 gold. 1 length of silk rope was 10. And I would like to try to find a more current map, if at all possible. I'm not like asking for like a big world map, but more like a continent type thing.
Yeah, you can do that. You can find that around town. It only costs you like 5 silver.
Oh yeah. How much would a I forget what they're called. It's like a to see further. Why am I blanking on the name? A telescope?
Spyglass.
Like a small
Spyglasses are
spyglass.
stupid
Thank
expensive.
you. Yeah, there you go. That's
So you do find one person selling a spyglass. It costs 1,000 gold.
They are stupid expensive.
oh my god.
I would like to shop for a javelin. Any fancy javelin or regular javelin? I don't know.
Yeah, you have to count that spyglasses are like the peak of technology in D&D.
I thought maybe like for navigation, like you know how sailors use it.
Are you talking about a sextant?
No, it's what they used to see in the horizon.
Yeah, that'd be a spyglass.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be like.
Holy shit, this one's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I didn't because I figured a lot of sailors use it, so I didn't. think
That
that-
should not be that expensive.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
sailors at this point primarily would use a sextant.
8 plus 500 plus 12 plus 3 plus 10.
You're looking
533.
for, you said javelins?
Oh yeah.
Javelins are 5 silver pieces apiece.
Any dynamite on sale or big bombs?
It's just like dynamite, get your dynamite.
You can buy gunpowder and attempt to make it. But there's no
Sure,
dynamite for sale now.
Not be bad. Yeah, I'll buy gunpowder if they have dynamite, or like miner's dynamite or something.
All right. How much gunpowder are you trying to buy? Did you hear me as well, Hilda?
I'm looking for javelins.
Yeah, they're 5 silver pieces per javelin.
Can I find any fancy javelins?
Are you looking for like magic javelins?
Yeah.
Sure. If you're looking for them, you can find them. A +1 javelin
Minus 50.
would be probably about 50 gold.
Okay.
So that's
How much would a stick of dynamite equivalent of dynamite cost? Of gunpowder cost?
it's 533 minus 50.
Let
That's gonna
me do research.
Yeah, no problem. That's a weird one for you.
855.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to improve my destructive power.
You're fine.
Oh, that's not a problem. I'd say though that while they're dealing with all this stuff, Delg's going to be focusing on trying to expedite the delivery of this forge
Sure.
because he knows he's got a lot of work to do and talks be ticking, yo.
Sure.
I'm gonna help him out
You
now that
can
I've
you
got
can
my
go
javelin.
get Thok and let him know that he needs to ask him if he can carry the forge, which he happily
Delg will
agrees
ask
to.
very nicely.
Do you follow him to the house as well? Because he doesn't actually know where you live. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
you're leading him
He'll,
there.
he'll walk
So-
with him to the house.
Yeah.
He'll just tell
So-
the party, look, I'm heading to the house. I got to get to work.
Thok
Dick,
walking through the market is a bit of an
Yeah, I'm gonna-
experience.
I'm gonna go with you because it's my great axe. So.
So Thok walking through the
Yeah,
market is a
Thok
bit of
walk.
an experience. As many people kind of look at him very scared as he stands roughly about 12 feet tall and strolling through the street. Even on bridges, he takes up the entire bridge walking across it. Like he's like the width of the bridge. This is a very thick man. As he walks the forge to your house in one hand. And
One-handed?
kind of just like carrying it on his shoulder, just kind of hauling it there.
I guess he does manhandle the horses. I forgot about that.
You know what? Just for fun. This is the first time you guys have spent like a period of time with him. Give me a history check, Delg.
Okay. We'll get all historical up in this bitch. Not that historical.
Okay. It's hard to tell Thok's lineage. Like, you're pretty sure there's some sort of half giant in there in some way, shape, or form. What type of half giant? It's hard to tell.
I
Is,
really appreciate you helping me out with this.
Okay. As he just kind of lumbers through the street, people moving out of his way. You get to this awkward moment where you're like in a crossway and there's like a horse and buggy coming. And he just kind of keeps walking, like ignoring the horse and buggy. Like doesn't stop for them at all. And then just kind of casually jumps over the horse and buggy and keeps walking. With the forge still in hand. Just kind of you eventually make it to the house, where you want. Looking through it, you think he could fit through the portcullis into the house.
Mhm.
He definitely can't fit through any of the doorways.
I think maybe have him set it in the courtyard. So you can get in there.
Makes his way into the courtyard and just kind of looks around for a place that has an opening and just kind of sets it relatively gingerly. Looking over it, doesn't look like any of this damage. Okay, anything else?
I
You watch as as this happens as well, Asher kind of a little bit panicked upon seeing a giant in the court. Oh, it's just you all. All right. Sorry, I just did footsteps. I was in the kitchen. All right, bye. He's like,
Thank you.
kind of just walks back inside, just kind of like he looked a little concerned for a moment before realizing it was you all. He's kind of like, oh god.
Saw what it was.
What did
and
I
just
let
like,
in?
Nope. It's kind of saw what it was and just nope.
So how exactly is this kit set up? It's just like what, like an anvil and a bunch
yeah,
of
so
rocks, or like...
it's an anvil and a steel forge. So the actual forge itself is made out of steel, hardened steel, so you should be fine.
Okay. Then I'll I guess just get him to set them down someplace where I can start setting up a little workshop area in the courtyard.
But yeah, he just set him at the courtyard, like, let's flip the house. That. Yeah, he just kind of like places it in the courtyard, like right here, like just inside the portcullis area.
All right. Yeah, that works.
And then
Yeah,
he just
I think that's all I need. Do you want anything to drink or anything?
No, me go back home.
All right.
Alright. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Just goes walking off.
Nice guy.
You as you turn around as well as you're watching him leave, you kind of watch as he's like grabbing your gate with like just barely with the thumb and the finger, just kind of like lightly shutting it, like very, very carefully to not damage the gate. And then keeps going off.
Thought the thoughtful.
So, so you can, if you're just buying a dynamite's worth of it, I'd say based off of the fact that you all wouldn't have because nowadays it only takes about 3 grams of black powder for it, but it would probably be more than that back then because they don't have the formula down.
Sure.
It's probably like 15 gold per dynamite stick.
I'll buy 10 then. 150 foot.
And that's just for the gunpowder to make it. That's not including the process of making it, which will take a lot of time. Do you have a tinkerer's kit?
I do not. Do I need that?
You would definitely need that. Which costs you 50 gold.
Okay, that's fine. So 200 total.
Oh, did you buy any javelins? Hilda?
I bought one.
Okay.
I
you
took
bought
the money out already.
1 + 1. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not buying any normals?
How much are the normals?
5 silver apiece.
How
Get
much would a
2,000.
gold? How much would a gold get me?
2.
All right, I'll take a gold's worth.
You have
Alright,
2 javelins, and 1 is a +1 javelin. Or 3 javelins total, and 1 is a +1 javelin.
Yes.
I'll wait for Dolan before going home.
Yep, sounds good.
I will have finished my shopping.
You gather all up your stuff and shove it in the bag of holding over time.
Oh, by the way, Dusk, I have something for you, and I will pull out the scroll case that
Having to do
contains
that
the...
really awkward thing where you're shoveling a pickaxe into the bag of holding is very
nonchalantly as I possibly
Well,
can.
it's a very awkward process because it doesn't fit in perfectly, so you have to diagonally shove it in. Because once it hits the void space, it's fine, but kind of have to tilt the blade
Gotta
in
get
so it
that
gets
thing
in.
in there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt.
I can hold the bag open for you.
Oh, if you would. I also have something for you.
Oh?
I keep forgetting about this, and I don't know why. I will take out the somewhat scuffed scroll case that we got from the slime dungeon. I have here. You learn a lot of your magic through scrolls like this, don't you?
Yes.
And I will show him Feign Death and Tensor's Floating Disc. I don't suppose you would like any of these, would you?
I know what Tensis was. Feign death was like just pretend to die. I'm guessing just from the name.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Faint death is a.
I think instead of dying, you go down to like 1 HP, something like that.
Oh,
I think, maybe? I don't know.
just hold on to it for now. I'll look at it when we go back home.
Fair enough.
I believe it's the third. Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell.
Oh, it's it. Yeah.
For the spell's duration or until you use an action to touch the creature and dismiss the spell, the target appears as dead to all outside inspectors, and to spells used to determine the target's status. The target is blind and incapacitated, its speed drops to 0. The target has resistance to all damage except psychic damage. If the target is diseased or poisoned when you cast the spell, or becomes diseased or poisoned while under the spell's effect, the disease or poison has no effect until the spell's end.
Interesting. Alright, nah, let's wait till we go home.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not sure if the money's worth some kind of that.
It's an interesting one, though.
It is.
Like a stasis.
It is a ritual spell as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's something that I'm actually curious about this. If we were to copy it, the scroll itself doesn't disappear, right? That doesn't
No,
count
it
as
does.
using it?
It consumes the scroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
The scroll is either a one-time use if you use it, or if a wizard copies it, then it consumes the scroll and is in the spell book.
And I'm assuming that rule also applies if I were to copy it into the Book of Shadows.
Yes,
Okay.
it consumes the spell.
They try to make it fancy and say it costs ink and the wizard's got to write it down, but really what the wizard's just doing is punching some holes in it and snapping it into a fabric.
Pretty much. It's just
Fair enough.
very expensive glue to just adhese it into the book.
Okay.
The only reason why I don't just take it immediately is because my best spells are 3rd spells. I don't know if it's worth using for that slot.
Fair enough.
And I'm pretty sure Dusk would have one of them, like Anne Frank, or not Anne Frank, that artist in the 90s who was like, teenagers were buying his shit out like
And
crazy.
Frank.
It was Anne something.
Yeah,
Right,
and
then.
Frank.
Oh, Anne Frank was the Diary of.
Yeah, Diary of Anne Frank.
That was a different. Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank.
Lisa
Is it
Frank.
Frank?
Hold
There you
on.
go. I have no idea what you're talking about, if just being honest.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was Lisa Frank.
It was Lisa Frank, not Anne Frank. Here we go.
Oh, that shit. Okay.
I mean,
Things that didn't interest me in any way, shape, or form that I never purchased. Got it.
because I can also copy this into my book if you don't want it, so either way.
I was an emo kid, man. I ain't about that life.
I don't like colors.
My only color I need is black. It's all of the colors. So, while you all do that, Snack, what are you doing?
Yes. Going to the thieves' guild hideout.
Okay. So it takes you about 20 minutes to get there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you attuning to the sword?
Sure.
Okay. Just need to know that in advance.
I will walk down the street carrying my greatsword.
3-foot long sword. Snack length. So, making your way to the Thieves Guild hideout. You find the hideout is when you arrive, the hideout door is open.
Okay.
And as you enter, most of the stuff is cleaned out. The supplies that you would usually go through, all of that stuff seems to have been cleared out. However, there is Thieves' Cant writing on the desk, just kind of carved into the desk.
I shall read it.
It says, reporting back to Eastbourne, taking supplies. This location was compromised.
I guess she wasn't fine. Okay. I'll take that information back.
Great. You can do that. So, it takes you about another 20 minutes to get back home. So, the rest of you guys, as you guys arrive back at different times, you as soon as you enter the courtyard, you do smell the sweet aroma of Asher's cooking, as well as the smell of active
Teenage
forage
angst.
burning as well. Well, the good news is that if you don't get like close to Del, you don't smell it. It's not a natural scent, so
Gotcha. Angst by Del.
you smell the forge until you walk up to Delg and see what he's doing.
Actually, I do need to walk up to Delg and hand him the silver shield because it's in the bag.
You can do that.
Cool.
I will say that during that time, Delg was getting the forge lit, getting wood and everything ready for it,
There should
getting
be
the
plenty
supplies
here for
together.
you to figure out.
So Delg, go ahead and give me that Smith Tools check with advantage.
Yeah. Smith Tools. Yeah,
I gotta take him out of my
that's not right.
thing.
It'll be here. Let me set it up for you real quick.
Joe, do you need help with the fire? I can help bringing it up to heat if you need. I can control fire.
Yeah. I think I'm good actually. I've had some time to get it.
It would
get
be
it
your
going.
Mason's tools and your tools and proficiencies.
Oh, so I have to click Mason's tools for that?
Oh wait, no, it'd be Smith's tools. That's right. It's a
Yeah,
separate one.
that's what I clicked, and it just.
Well, no, it'd be your like tools and proficiencies, not your actual proficiencies.
Oh,
So let me
tools
add
and-
it.
Oh, okay.
Let me add it real quick. You'd be
I
proficient.
told
in
you
it.
I haven't done this shit before.
You'd be based off wisdom. Sure. There you go. Now you should see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pan flute. Wait, why are you beating people with the pan flute?
I don't know. It's just a proficiency roll.
Right. So yeah,
I will
you
beat you.
Oh Jesus!
Don't hit me with a pan flute.
I'm not hitting anyone with a pen.
Helen tries to focus on his work as
No,
a
it's-
fight
it's
breaks
just-
out behind
it's
him.
just the way it rolls out. It looks like an attack, so it's just funny. So yeah, well, you have little issue. You just kind of go to town. It's kind of natural. It feels good to kind of get back into the swing of just making something with your hands. You guys watch as Delg starts to work on the silver great axe. It takes him about 2 hours to do everything, and then it takes a little while for everything to cool after you've finished it all. It takes about 2 hours process total time, and you now have a silver great axe.
Yay! Do I also have time to make my Moradin holy symbol for the thing?
Yeah, that would take a little bit longer. That would probably be about an 8-hour process.
Pretty much the rest of the night. Thank
Mhm.
God I'm immune to exhaustion.
So, while all of that is being worked on as well, Sneck, you attuned to the sword.
Yes.
All right, let me send you that shit so you can start looking over that. It should be in your handouts.
Okay. It is indeed.
Does it
so-
add, I have a question. Does it add anything, or did I just say silvered?
It's just a silver great axe.
Okay.
Just a normal silver great axe. Oh, are you attuning to the bow as well before getting it identified, or are you just not doing that?
I was actually going to do that kind of during the night since I can no longer sleep.
Fair enough.
I was going to identify it to figure out what all it does, and then attune to it.
So, Fulnia makes his way into the abode. About 2 hours into your process of making the Morden symbol. Kind of just strolls in. So, this is where all of you are living. Relatively nice.
Surprisingly, we got it for a steal.
Well, the Ironblood family did want to get out of town as quickly as possible after the whole "we tried to murder everyone" thing. Well,
Worked out well for us.
faking murdering everyone. It's fine.
Does wonders for property value.
It does. Anyways, so, you have a situation where you all can't sleep when Delg's around. So, where would be the best place to put this? Somewhere out of the way. I'll put it over here. He kind of walks into. Actually, I can just pull him up. Why am I not just? Give me 1 second.
Put it over by his shrine.
Where's my guild tab? Guild members. Fulnia. There we go. So he kind of just strolls into here as he begins casting a spell. As all of you watch as a magical doorway appears. Right here.
Oh.
So, Delg, whenever you need to get away from everyone, this room will allow you to be more than 300 feet away from them.
Oh, thanks, Fulnia.
It'll be a temporary abode, I guess, for a period of time. It'll disappear after 24 hours. If you leave anything inside, it'll be promptly thrown out of the doorway when it disappears. But yes, don't go too far around the building. I didn't really restructure it for you. I just kind of left it in my normal configuration. But if you go in the front door and take a left, there's the guest rooms there, and the main courtyard will allow you any privia food that you want for the evening.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good evening. I'm gonna head back and get shit done.
Appreciate
Good night,
it.
Fulnia.
Take care.
He'll make his way back up the front door.
Nobody ever wants to stay for dinner.
Well, that's fine. It means less mouths to feed. Oh, while you all were gone, they finished the bath.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
oh, Asher.
There was
were you
also
able-
the horn situation that was delivered,
Yeah,
and there's something else. I don't remember.
Go.
You were gonna help me sell the bottle of wine, so like 1,500 supposedly.
Oh, the wine situation. Yeah, I do have that. He kind of makes his way into the to this room. As you guys walk in as well, there's a small curtain drawn. As he draws back the curtain, you now see like a full stove, like a full kitchen area set up inside this tower.
Like remodeling now.
Well, I told you I was going to.
No.
I think
right
I put
below
it.
my room, right?
Yep.
Nice.
As
I
he,
can smell
he opens up
everything.
a-
I'm so happy.
He opens up a small drawer and pulls out a satchel of coins.
Oh, great.
I got 1,800 for it total. Managed to haggle a little bit with the person. I did take my pay out of it though. I thought you wouldn't mind.
Oh,
Figured it'd be
I was
easier
gonna
that way.
I was gonna give it to you regardless, so glad you just took it out anyways.
Yeah, it
And,
just takes less time that way. Everything's stocked. I got you all. I can get you all some things prepared for when you leave, and I'll have dinner prepared in about an hour or two.
Those rations you made were quite honestly a lifesaver during that really shitty situation, so thank you.
They
Asher.
were. They were.
They were amazing. Thank you.
Well, that's what they're there for.
From out by the forge, Delg hollers, "Did you get some real beer?"
I got some stuff that you'll fancy, I suppose.
Great. I'm working up a heck of a thirst out here. Clank, clank, clank.
Ting, 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 crunch, ting.
Ah, that's my thumb. That's my thumb. Let's try that again.
Delg has a bit of a situation now, so if you get too close to him, maybe cover your nose?
You all know from covering your nose that in no way, shape, or form helps. It is a very not natural pungent smell. On the plus side, if there was a smell that smelled worse than Delg, you wouldn't smell it when you're around Delg, so that's a bonus, right?
Brace yourself, at least.
I'll keep
We're
that in
trying
mind.
to fix it. So he said dinner would be ready in an hour. I wonder if they've made the thing. I'll actually go to check on the bath to see if they made like that divider.
Yeah, you go into the bath. There's a divider between the room, as well as curtains, kind of stretching out a little ways. So as you look into it, the divider goes about 4 feet past where the actual bath ends. And then there's a curtain that's drawn around each side. So there's enough room to get out, kind of get dressed again, and still be behind the curtain.
Oh, that's just
So
wonderful.
if you don't want to flaunt it in front of everyone, you don't have to.
Okay.
Hey, look, he was raised with modesty, okay? He ain't gonna whip his pants off in front of everyone.
There's a divider, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna go on the other side.
You can do that.
Enjoy, yeah.
And
Yay.
looking at it as well, you do notice there's directly below the divider there's an arcane sigil. Comes out about 2 feet on each side. That's kind of constantly pulsating a little bit.
Does it
The
look
water
demonic?
around it is slightly hotter than the rest of the tub. But overall, the water is quite hot constantly.
Does it look demonic in any way, shape, or form?
No,
Okay, I feel comfortable.
it looks like a heat spell.
Look,
That-
we've run into
It carved into the
we've
rock
run into
for
a
your
few
back.
pulsating red sigils, okay?
Fire is also in fact red. Imagine that.
Indeed.
Hell has a tendency to match colors with fire.
hmm
I had a quick question, Caboose.
Yes.
If I were to cast Lehman's tiny hut,
Mhm.
if I were to play around with the gunpowder and to make dynamite, would the explosions peel out of the Lehman's tiny hut,
Yeah.
or would they?
Lima's tiny hut doesn't conceal things inside. It keeps things from getting in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
So
it
if they're
worked
going
both
from
ways.
inside out, it doesn't have a problem. It's just coming back in that it has a problem.
You have a goal to create the new spell Dusk's Demo Hut.
Yeah, the demo trap. Yeah, I guess I don't know where would be a good place to play around with dynamite, essentially.
No
That
way.
is very much up to you.
Outside.
Oh, Snick, you've arrived like pretty
I
early
know.
on into all this as well.
I'll just go in the middle of this right here, so there's no real collateral, and try to make some dynamite.
Okay, you would know that Tinker tools do take they take a decent amount of space to work on stuff.
Oh, it does. Then
It's basically like a miniature workbench kind of area is what
You know
you would
what?
need.
I'll put it in the back of the house, like right here,
Okay.
the backyard.
Sure.
I'll fiddle out there.
You can kind of set everything out on the grass then there. You kind of set everything out.
For now.
Let me give you your
This is gonna be
Tinker Tools
fun.
check as well.
I'm gonna be Doc Brown in Back to the Future.
Desk. You add it yet? I should just add it.
Oh, I should have done that. My bad.
Huh?
No, I'm seeing what you're doing. The Tinker's tool.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why it didn't add it to your proficiencies, but whatever. Are you proficient with Tinker's tools?
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay. So That would be a no. We'll make the mod. The mod will be -3 just to compensate for the fact that it usually doesn't let you put it there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to
No, not
do it.
-30.
Oh, not -22.
Try to craft something with that, bitch. Here you go.
Okay. I just roll it.
Whenever you want to roll it. Be aware you have to roll. You have to roll something for every single piece of dynamite that you create.
Oh, okay.
And each one would take about 30 minutes.
I'll spend time trying to make 3 for now.
All right. So for the first one, you create a stick of dynamite that you believe will function perfectly fine. The first time you've done this, you totally nailed it on the first try. Go ahead and put a just add a stick of dynamite into your inventory and put 2 stars next to it.
Yeah. It's rarity.
That's exactly what it is. It's totally just rarity.
Alright, should I do 2 more?
All right. The second two go a little bit smoother. You kind of find a couple places that you made mistakes with the first one. But yeah, you can just put 2 sticks of dynamite. No stars.
Yeah. Just quality.
Yep.
Okay.
So what are the rest of you doing?
After I finish. Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just going to sleep. It's fine.
I was gonna get out of the bathhouse and go to visit Delg and see if I can be of any use, because I'm still quite energetic.
Sure. Delg, you're about 4 hours into the process when your sister comes to help.
Hey, how's it going, Hilda?
Not bad, not bad. You should try the bathhouse when you finish.
I might just do that.
Ah,
Working away, shaping the metal.
yep. I'm entertained because I have a proficiency with smith tools, so, and of course this is like what our forefathers did.
Mhm.
Yes. So yeah, quite interested in it.
Both of you are fairly familiar with the processes you are doing.
Hmm.
Is anyone
So I'm
else
just
doing anything
helping.
special? I can delete these two. They're not here. Alright, so, give me another Smith Tools check as well for just overall for the performance of the Moradin altar.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time you roll, it's suspense because I don't see it yet.
You're right? It lags
Smith
for some
tools.
reason.
I learned
all
that
the
if
way.
you move your mouse over that empty space, you can see what the 20 is.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's more fun with the suspense though.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I
you
got the 23.
you create a definitely a passable altar. Very little imperfections, and the imperfections that are there are very easily hammered out and removed. You have your altar to Moradin after the 8 hours is up. Anything else you guys want to discuss during that time? You can.
So, how have you been holding up, Hilda? You've been through a lot of shit.
Pretty good, I guess. Just take it, one battle and minute and day at a time.
Yep, that's how we got through all the years before.
Yeah. And you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yep, everything's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't believe you.
Look, it's just there's a couple of things bugging me, but I'll get through it.
I mean, you can tell me. Maybe it'll help a little.
Well, for one, I apparently literally stink. That's not great.
I don't think it's you. I think it's something that you have. I don't think it's you. But don't we all stink a little? It doesn't bother me too much. Just a little. But not too much.
And it's not great that nobody can sleep around me, although fortunately we've got a workaround for that for tonight, so... I mean, I may not seem like it, but it does bother me at least a little bit when I'm making things difficult for everyone around me.
No.
Little extra hard clank into the steel.
Ding! Little sparks fly off it a little bit.
Well, I'm sure there's a solution to it, and we're all behind you, or rather, supporting you, because downwind and everything. We're all supporting you. We're all in your corner, on the other side of the room. But you know what I'm trying to say. I hope.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Thanks, Hilda.
Yeah. Being possessed or stinky doesn't really change who you are as a core. I mean, maybe being possessed a little. That was a little weird. That was really weird. But
it didn't really possess me. Like, I fought it off. It was just... Wonder where that sword went anyway. He kind of gets a little wistful look in his face.
It's fine. It's fine. Forget I mentioned that sword. Oh God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, no.
So I guess when he's done with his altar thing, he's gonna take it and set it up in the chapel with his altar to Tyr. And
I guess I should say a prayer to Tyr then now, huh?
And Moradin.
And Morden? Okay, all right. Well, I've never really been all that religious. I left that all to you and...
Oh, come on. We all had to practice our holy Moradins every morning.
Well, Tyr, but not Morden.
So yeah, he'll give a little prayer to Tyr and to Moradin, and then he'll probably go and take a bath and get some food and get some beer and go to bed.
You have your fill of dwarven ale, as well as a nice home cooked meal by Asher for all of you as well.
I asked, so do you want to work on the scriptures again tonight, or the cipher again tonight?
How late is it?
Yeah,
By the
that's
time
pretty
he's
quick.
done with all his shenanigans.
And a
By the
bath.
time you're done with everything, it's getting pretty late because it took you 2 hours for the axe, 8 hours for that. You got back there, so that's 10.
I didn't realize
It's like
it was 8
pushing
hours.
9 p.m. at this point. It's pushing nightfall. You guys all do get... Wait, what's the... Let me check what it is. I haven't used Asher's ability in so long I forgot what it was. What the roll for it is.
B5000.
Next back, right?
No, you get 7
He's
temporary
in the
hit
basement.
points.
He's in the basement.
Oh, in the basement. Okay.
Yeah, we could put in an hour on it. I'm good for a little bit long. Actually, Delg just doesn't really feel exhausted anymore.
You don't feel tired, no. There's no lingering. Like, you have the immediacy of being tired, but you're not. Like, you don't.
The
Your
ache.
body doesn't feel exhausted at all.
You don't have that sleep ache.
I can go. We can work on it for a while, but we do need to get some sleep. We can put it an hour.
Can I have put in 3 hours then, since I only spent like an hour and a half working on the dynamite?
Yeah.
I'll put in 3.
Sure.
Like, oh, Doug, I need help on this.
Go ahead and give me your investigation checks. Do.
Investigate.
Give me 3 total. So
I didn't mean
Oh,
to do
wow.
that advantage.
that's fine. I just took the first number anyway. So, between all 3 hours, between both, or 1 hour for Delg and the other 3 for Dusk. What's the percentage you guys are currently at?
Check.
What was that?
3-5.
35. You guys make it to about 48% done.
Oh wow.
Nice. Good job, Dust.
Yeah.
You have
Making headway.
almost half the letters done, and it'll slowly take less and less time.
It looks like this part says something about gophers, but I don't think that's right.
Let's not rule it out just yet.
The gophers of the north.
Is there any keywords we can make out that seem kind of important? Or is it too jumbolated?
Reading through most of it, it's a lot of it is kind of keyed in like clues to locations. So it's like, go to a word you can't make out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it is a map to a location kind of thing. It's a map to a lot of different locations in the Dwarven City.
Okay.
So it is a lot of the clue parts of it aren't really easy to pick out, but a lot of the in between words of like go to, look for, stuff like that is
Right.
pretty easily stuff that you guys have translated at this point.
We're making headway. Seeing what this ancient dwarven king left.
All right.
Maybe we can find some of your dwarven relics.
Maybe. Whatever we can recover will only be good for the remaining dwarves of the world.
Cool.
And go on. You identify your bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after that's done, after the thing's attuned, I'll also resummon my little pseudo dragon because he's dead.
There you go.
What'd this do? Okay.
Can I visit Sneck in the basement while this is happening? Like, whenever he returns?
Sure. You can go find
You still
Sneck in the
haven't come
basement.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sneck has come and eaten with you all, I imagine, and then made his way to bed.
Oh, okay. Then, Sneck, I made something for you. For your, for the orc ear necklace that's so lovely adorned on me. I present him a stick of dynamite and some string. Tie this onto one of your arrows. It'll definitely increase its power.
All right. Which one do you give him?
I give him a good one.
Okay.
Sure.
Just in case,
He gives you a stick that's made out of paper that has some sort of squishy substance inside.
What do I do with that?
It's dynamite. Explosive. like the ones we use against the orcs.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's self-improvised, but I guarantee this one is a good one.
Insight check.
So trust in me.
He's hard to read, man. Crafty wizard.
Mhm.
There's a little string attached to it. You can just light it up and fire, or throw it if you want.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, that's our brief exchange.
You got all that? Got all that, DeLon?
It doesn't seem. Am I misreading this? Doesn't seem to change it. I understand that.
It doubles the amount of Eldritch Blast you can fire.
Wait, so I can fire up to 4 now?
Increases the amount of Eldritch Blast fired equal to the amount when normally using the cantrip.
Oh, that's.
As well as it also
monstrous.
doubles the range on it.
Yeah, it uses the short bow, right? Because you described it as a short bow.
It's in the shape of a bow. It's not
Oh,
actually.
so it just
it's
doubles my effective range.
it basically
and damage.
it's a channel. It's a channel for your Eldritch Blast. When you channel your
I
Eldritch Blast through it, it doubles the range on your Eldritch Blast, and it
okay.
and it allows you to shoot twice as many shots with your Eldritch Blast.
So instead of channeling it through my medallion and then. Okay, so now. Okay, I understand. So I now fire 4 blasts at twice the range.
Yep.
Understood. Okay. It's like, because this is just the effective Eldritch Blast. Like, oh.
And at level 17, if you make it that far, it doubles the force damage of each blast.
That's just monstrous. Okay, so do I need to do anything special or just add it to my inventory?
I just add it to your inventory. Remember that you shoot 4 blasts now.
Gotcha.
And then increase the range as well on Eldritch Blast.
Okay, I will work on that. 240 feet of Eldritch Blast.
Oh wow, that's pretty far, right? 240.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me a little bit sad that when I was searching the how much black powder is in dynamite, that the third question that was on there is it illegal to own dynamite?
If you're licensed.
I mean, you can make it, I think, out of old household goods, but that's like modern day.
Kind of. You need some chemistry with it. Yeah.
Like,
So,
what was that movie?
what would you guys all like to do?
Sounds like it's bedtime.
Yeah, shower.
I think the
cleaning.
between identifying, attuning, and reselling my pseudo dragon, and just writing or reading books.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything fun for the rest of the day, or just resting and relaxing?
Doug might read through. Hold on a second. Hey,
Speak of reading.
trying to make sure I'm actually remembering. Oh yeah, Doug has an introductory rune magic book that he picked up at some point.
Yeah, I
He
gave that
does.
to you.
Yeah, he's gonna leaf through that a little bit now that apparently he's a blacksmith.
Sure.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
start that process.
Actually,
Hey.
since you did bring it up, I actually have 2 more. I don't know. I only know one is introduction to arcane magic that he has. What are the other 2? I doubt you would remember, but
One of them's the rune magic.
it says
One of them
arcane
was
magic.
the dwarven history book. Right? Or am I thinking of a different book?
That's the okay. So I have the main one, the one we're decoding, and then 3 other ones from the library in the dwarven area. So one of them was the arcane rune. I never identified the other 2. I just never asked.
This is from. Sorry, I'm
This is
trying
the
to
hole.
remember. Is this from the
it's
tomb
back,
or is
back
this
in
from
the
a different?
hole? Back in the hole, and then before we went into the hole, we went through a library where Sneck got the gem, and there was a library, and I just picked up 3 books that had magical presents on them.
Okay.
And one of them was the rune magic book that he has.
Yes. Sorry, I apologize.
No, there's old stuff. This is old.
Let me go back at my notes and find that for you, because I definitely wrote it down. I'll have it for you next session.
I have a lot of stuff from like all of our sessions I just picked up randomly.
Yeah, you're good. I'll go back
Yeah, I
to my
still
notes.
don't
and find that
remember
one.
what this burned ring that Delg's been carrying around forever was.
Like, I had the slime, I had these books, I have
Burned ring.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember where we got it. It was somewhere before I picked up Rune Magic for Dummies. Because it's earlier in the list than that.
Yeah, the rune magic, I showed it to you, and then you were like, oh, and then you took it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that was from the... No, it wouldn't have been from there. It wouldn't have been from there. When did you run into a burned person?
Did we make... Oh, you know what? Was it from the pile of dwarven
That's what I was
corpses
trying to
that we
figure
found?
out, was like, was it
Yeah.
from the pile of the dwarves? It might have... That's the only thing I could think of.
I think that's where,
I think
that's the only time we came up with burn corpses.
it was. But I don't think it was, though, because why would you wouldn't have looted something off the corpses of the dwarves.
No.
That's true. Was the slime that's in?
No, because the slime was after the rune book. Or was before the rune book. No, it was after the rune book.
No, the rune book I gave him.
Yeah, no, but I mean, finding you guys connecting with getting the rune magic book was before the slime stuff, so it wouldn't make sense that he had the ring before that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I
timeline.
get it now.
I don't remember.
figured it out.
Did I give you a monetary value for it?
No. If you did, I didn't note it down. It just says burned ring.
I think it's just I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it's literally just a gold ring. It's just a burned gold ring. I don't think it has magic value at all, if I remember correctly.
I don't think it did. I didn't think it did have magic value. I was just trying to remember the significance of it and why Delg is carrying it around in his pocket.
I don't know, man. That was like 4 months ago, man.
Oh well, it lives there.
This is where it is.
No, just offer it. Like, refurbish it and offer it.
There you go.
Would you like to remake the ring and put a symbol of Moradin so you can have a ring of Moradin?
There you go.
Well, that is something I wanted to talk to you about. We don't have to talk about it right now, but at some point, is the fact that now he is in the very strange position of being a cleric that's got to follow 2 gods, and I don't know how the hell that works.
Technically, you're still a cleric of Tyr. Even if you follow another god, that wouldn't make you a cleric of that god. So, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Just because you believe in multiple gods and you would follow multiple gods doesn't mean you would be a cleric of that god. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
it's just like most dwarves would be. They might not be avid worshippers, but they know about all of the gods of the dwarves. They might not worship all of them actively, but so yeah. Actually, at that point, we just hit 10 o'clock, so we didn't take a break tonight, so we're just gonna go ahead and end it there. So you guys do get your long rest. Delg, you make your way eventually back through the door and find the similar visage of the guild hall that Fulnia created before when you guys were staying, when the guild was kind of temporarily going to Sheffield for a short period of time. That he set up for you, so you find your way through the doorway, and the rest of you can manage to get a long rest.
Nice.
And we'll pick
I've
up.
effectively doubled my damage output, which is nasty as all hell.
Yep. So I thank you all guys. Thank everyone for joining us this week as well. Keep an eye out on the Discord for other events going on coming up. I know we have multiple D&D games that are showing up. I believe Metal's game is starting this Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, we were supposed to start. We were hoping to start last Friday, but we had some scheduling since it was kind of short notice. So we will be starting hopefully this Friday. My Saturday game will pick up again this week. I canceled last week because my parents were in town and I just didn't have time. I didn't even get my prep done for my Monday game either. So yeah. So any other announcements you guys have?
Not at this exact moment.
All right. So, thank you guys for joining us for the evening. We'll probably host someone up here in a little bit. And yeah, stay tuned for the next couple weeks of our campaign for possibly a surprise coming up. The players know about it. You guys don't yet. So yeah, whenever that happens, then yeah, we'll have a slight overhaul that Caboose will have to do, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, hope you guys have a good week. I'll see you guys on hopefully Friday if you tune in for Metal's campaign, and hopefully Saturday if you tune in for my campaign. And then again next week for the continuation of Sothiath, the Guild, and Beyond. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Bye bye.
Caboose with the raid. How was stream? Hope it was a good one. Let me know, man. You guys are just in time for the lady right before what is this right before? This is the lady that's right before Evil Kirk, man. Fucking hate that guy. But I'm about to go grab dinner. Give me a